And now, live from Pod Cabin in Burbank, California, it's the Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend show. Tonight, Allison welcomes a guest. She's a producer and one of our very favorites. It's Renee Colvert. Chef Jeff is here to remind you that if you find yourself transported by ice to an El Salvadorian gulag, don't despair. At least you won't have to listen to anyone talk about using ChatGPT anymore. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the Labubus and say hello to your new best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison, with her the good times never end. Allison Rosen, doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little sun-kissed fruit gems. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is Your New Best Friend. That particular carbohydrate, which is one of my favorites, I'm the person who likes those, was sent in on Patreon. Patreon. Lisa Lowry. Yes, I'm on Patreon. You can get episodes of The Friend Zone. That's my Patreon podcast, which is very juicy lately. And there's a level where I'll text you, and you can text me back. And I send out a daily text, and that is a frigging soap opera. And there's all sorts of other stuff. You can submit carbohydrates. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen.
Patreon.
I recommend subscribing, doing the annual subscription, and then you get 2 months free. Okay. I'd like to welcome my guests. Very exciting. It's been far too long. Renee Colvert, hello.
So happy to be here.
Wonderful to see you.
Be here. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
It doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was 6 months.
I know.
I've missed you so much.
We've missed you. We've barely kept the podcast going. It's just been like, without Renee, what do we do? How do we do it? I know it's been hard.
I'm proud of you.
It's been hard. It's been lonely, and it's been bleak. But that all changes because here you are.
Here I am. And I'm glad we got there quickly because I was going to fish until you're like, tell me you couldn't have survived without me.
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it without me.
Speaking of rays of sunshine, hi, Daniel.
It has been a fast 6 months.
Yeah, so fast.
Technically 5 months. Because remember, I made this mistake. I said I thought from December 30th to May 30th was 6 months, but it's 5 months.
Okay. So 5 months.
So
wait,
but you were last on like
December. Wait,
It was right before the fires.
like January.
So like shortly
6th
after.
or 5th or something.
yeah. That's
To
5
now
months.
is 5. Yes, it's 5 months.
Yeah.
It's important. It's important that we really nail this down. Does anyone have an abacus? Hi, Daniel.
Hi.
How's it going?
That is one thing, by the way, that has always stumped me, which is like for some reason
Are we going to talk about 5
Adding-
and 6 again? Okay.
taking dates and
Yeah.
figuring out how many days.
Oh,
I
yeah.
always fuck it up because I'll go 30 minus 1.
Right.
That's how many days, but then it's like no, it's actually like the 1 doesn't count. You have to subtract. It's like I can never figure that
It can't be done.
And
No.
he has a job where he has to do math.
Yeah.
He did
what?
a
Excel
Monte-
does the math for me.
What was it? A Monte Carlo?
Regression.
He did a Monte Carlo regression.
Now, what's a Monte Carlo regression?
No one knows.
No one's sure. Okay.
It's where you don't have enough data to do a proper forecast of something. So
Okay.
you do this. It's a process that will do random simulations of a small amount of data, but in a large amount of it, so that you can try to get some sort of sense of correlation of whatever.
This sounds very helpful,
It-
and I would
it's-
use it for the most useless
Yeah.
things. Am I a soft autumn or not? I'd say I'd give it one photo
Right.
of me
Yeah.
in an earthly tone. What did you use it for?
Color theory. He's
Anyway.
a warm. What are you? A warm summer?
Soft summer, honey.
Soft summer.
I was part of one of the things I do for my work is I do projections for our business.
Okay.
So I forget exactly what I was looking at, but there was something to do with our catalog
Yeah.
of films, and I was looking at. I was trying to see how they would do over time, but there was a particular subset of our films, and we just didn't have enough of them.
Right.
You know, to know like how they do in the past in order to forecast to the future. So you run a.
This is very interesting. Do you know the origin of Monte Carlo? And then I'll get off it. I promise.
I believe it's something that someone in Wall Street came up with as a way of forecasting.
Should I go to
stock.
Monte Carlo?
Yeah, I think it's a.
Right. Seriously, it's like a blackjack
I
regression.
think it originates in the stock market, but I don't know exactly the story.
Interesting.
So if someone's super racist because they met one person, and then they're like, all of you are like this, they're running a Monte Carlo regression.
No.
Oh. Well,
think
we've
so.
misunderstood it.
They're taking a small amount of
No,
data.
but it's a specific. It refers to a specific way of doing it. The Monte Carlo regression isn't defined by taking a small subset of data and project. It's like the way that it's done.
Well, what do you call it when you take a small amount of data and extrapolate? I guess you call it extrapolating, or being racist.
Yeah, you just call that being
Generalizing.
generalizing. Yeah.
Okay. I ran a racism on it, and
Yeah.
turns out I am.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Got it.
But the Monte Carlo regression,
It's
16 months ago, I was like, we're going to get off of math. But the Monte Carlo regression is something that the spreadsheet can do, or it's an equation that you do.
Spreadsheet can do it. Yes, the spreadsheet does
You
it.
ask Excel to do it.
Yeah, because it's a very it's a lot. It's like running thousands or tens of thousands of formulas.
Yeah.
In order to create a huge amount of examples of
Yes,
something
I
in
get
order
it.
to then take that and look at to see if there's any kind of pattern.
Right.
I love it. It's
He
very
was,
interesting.
if I recall correctly, you were pretty excited when you did
Well, I
your
rarely
Monte
get the
Carlo
opportunity
regression.
to pull out the big guns like that. You know, like it was fun because I was
Hadn't you talked to like the head of something who had recommended it?
yeah, the CFO and
Yeah.
I were chatting because you know,
Yeah.
putting our heads
You
together.
got to run that NCR.
Putting trying to figure out the business. And we did it and we saved the business. You're welcome.
Clearly.
Right.
I was going to say, has there been enough time since? Yes. How dare I talk over that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Has there been enough time for you to be like, and we were right?
Yes, and we were.
Hey.
You were?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me about that.
Well,
This
I
is
knew
just like
I was
when
right.
you were tasting secret flavors of popcorn at your job and you weren't I have all kinds of snacks you don't know about. The biggest betrayal.
Yeah. Oh, I was there for that. I was like, I think
listen.
this is the beginning of the end.
God, does anyone care about this stuff?
We do.
I
I don't know if I
knew
do.
I was right, but what I needed was the data to prove I was right. So what he needed was for me. He speaks numbers,
Right.
So he's not going to go off of me saying, "Hey, this is the way things are going."
Yeah,
I
run
know
a
because I'm a
gut check
fucking genius.
regression.
He's like, "I don't believe you're a genius. I need to see some numbers." And I said, "But my wife knows I'm a genius. Can I put you on the phone with her?" And he was like, "No, show me some numbers." And so I had to give him something that was in his language, and that was a Monte
Numbers.
Carlo
Yeah.
regression,
Yes.
which showed what I was. It bore out what I was saying. So he was like, "Okay, fine."
But
And
did
so
you
then
tell him this is a Monte Carlo regression?
Yes, we talked about it. And because you don't want to like hide what you're doing. You show them everything
Yeah.
you're doing. So,
Yeah.
it's like if you're making any assumptions that they disagree with, they can know where the disagreement is.
Yeah.
But like, and then, then they start making certain decisions based on what we found. And as it turned out, we were right.
There we go. So the numbers show you are a genius.
I mean, I didn't need the numbers to show that, but it's good to see.
I'm gonna Google it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet that's
Listen,
as far as I
everyone,
get.
everyone runs
I
some.
feel like it's just going to show like playing cards. Isn't that what you're imagining? Monte Carlo regression. It'll be like a bunch of playing cards.
Yeah. It feels like a.
Are you going to do it?
I don't know.
The
Like, I
way
feel like-
the headphones are folding your ear is upsetting to me. I got to take a minute now. I was going to take a picture of it.
okay.
Okay.
There you go.
It's like my ear is not that
It's just not
flappy.
that. We're just
Looks
giving a
uncomfortable.
little squish forward, just to like, in case
I
you were
guess.
like, I
Is
came
this
in
like-
here wondering what does the back of Daniel's
Here's
ear
what
look like?
here's what it
It's like
says
when a
online.
dog
It
has
says
its
Monte
ear.
Carlo
Yeah.
regression uses random sampling to estimate the parameters of a regression model, particularly when uncertainty in input variables. The model itself are significant.
So are there playing cards or no?
No. For any given
Bummer.
set of input values, the model produces a single outcome.
I genuinely am interested. I mean, the way you just said it was real boring, but I bet.
It was his tone of voice, which is like, I am reading.
But I bet it could be applied to a lot of stuff that I'm like, I think this is it.
Yeah, it's a way of creating. Look, ideally when you're like doing when you're doing projections of any kind, you want as much data as possible.
Right.
So, like, let's say you're in my business. Let's say you're you're Disney, right? And you want to see, well, how is the next like Star Wars movie going to do, or the next action movie going to do? Like, you have fucking thousands of movies in your catalog that have already been out and done business, and you can look at those in aggregate and say, like, here's the high end of what we can expect, here's about the mid, here's low, like, and then you can sort of tweak it and come up with something reliable. But we're a very small company.
Right.
Magnolia Pictures, we do like every movie it feels like every movie we put out is like its own. There's never been another movie exactly like it. So you can't go back in your catalog and say, like, okay, well, we're gonna be putting out. I think I can say this.
Be careful.
The George Clooney Good Night and Good Luck live thing. We're gonna be putting that out.
How?
Well, we just showed it on
Last
CNN
night. I heard
live,
great things.
which was really cool.
Oh, that's what Doug Benson tweeted about getting to see a Broadway show right before it closes on TV. And I was like, which one?
That's exciting. Yep.
So it was
Good
this
night
really
and
cool
good
thing
luck.
we did where it was like, it was this
Thanks
big
for
hit on
letting me know.
Broadway. It was closing, and they decided, let's do a live,
Yeah.
which is awesome. But then we're going to like release it.
Great. When is that release date?
I'm not
Asking
sure.
for a friend
when-
who is
soon.
me.
Soon.
Okay.
And then they're like, okay, how's it going to do?
Yeah.
So that was recently put to me. How's it going to do? Name one example of this. I mean, you could go to like Hamilton on Disney Plus, but that's Hamilton. This is like different. You can't.
Right.
So like that's what I have to deal with. I have to like come up with projections for movies where it's like no. So when you have a handful, you can kind of go, okay, now I'm going to try to create the illusion of there being a whole huge amount of data, and that's what the Monte Carlo regression did.
Thank you for all that info.
And I feel like, by the way, this is the second episode that I have.
talking.
This is the second episode I've recorded where Allison has led me like a horse into a boring barn. Like she's like, "Here, come with me," and now you are going to go on for 5-10 minutes about something.
I was like, I'll be in the saloon.
And then afterwards,
drowning my sorrow.
you're gonna feel bad about boring the shit out of the audience because of something that she made me talk about.
Everybody loved it. We all loved it, and I want to figure out how to apply it to my life, like specifically with a fitness class. I think we're gonna be like, these are the amount that you signed up for and you did not go to.
Yes.
And then when I see a new, well, this one has trampolines and Pilates.
Ooh.
The Monte Carlo regression be like, you're not going. We've got this down. You're not.
I would like to also say hello to Jeff Fox.
Yay!
Hi, thank you. I was a little distracted because I'm running a Monte Cristo regression over here where I'm frying a bunch of different sandwiches and see how they come out.
I thought it was going to be revenge related, but
yeah, I hope that the audio sounds perfect, regardless of my distraction.
I don't believe in perfection. I believe in mediocrity.
That I can do too.
Is my credo.
Yeah.
My new credo. I know it's cool to be like, I'm a perfectionist. It's my pride. I work too hard. I'm a perfectionist.
You'll get nowhere with that attitude.
Just exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not built that way. I'm sure there's areas in which I am, but this is not one of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, Renee.
I disagree.
Same.
Thank you.
I also think.
I think you are a covert perfectionist.
What did that mean?
It means that
I expect perfection from you.
you want things to be particular.
Okay.
You need things to be exactly.
Here we go.
You cannot stand when something is not going to exactly right in your head. Now you're just the thing that you're getting confused is that you are extraordinarily lazy.
Thank you. It's true. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Jeff, you heard the episode.
Yes.
I was just saying how
I renounce what I said yesterday.
Renee,
Yes,
the other
catch me up.
day, I
Catch
took
me
a
up.
nap
Yes.
midday.
Yeah.
And around 1
I was just trying to
When
make
else
you
are you
feel
going to take them? Right.
1 p.m. Got out of bed finally, put on my bathrobe,
Great.
shuffled into the office, and I said, I am such a lazy piece of shit. And then Daniel said, you're not. You're just tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is the nicest thing ever.
But the truth.
Well,
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Sure.
Yes.
Which
Here's
one?
the thing. A lazy piece of shit would not put out 2 shows a week.
Look,
Thank you.
you were
Done.
tired.
Can
What's
it be
that?
both?
What's that meme? Can't it be both? You were very tired,
And I'm lazy.
You are extraordinarily
So
lazy.
tell me about how I'm a covert.
Perfectionist?
Yeah.
Well, it's like you're a perfectionist with the things that are like
Unimportant.
you've decided are important. So like when it comes to
You've decided.
We
Well,
got
like,
a real good
it's
face
it's
from
never-
Allison. We got a real
like you're not a perfectionist when it comes to like anything that should be important to you.
Mhm.
But like when it comes, you'll just decide, you know what's important to me?
This counter is cleared of
That
clutter.
this counter or like this studio. We've been wanting to make this
Oh,
studio
yeah.
into a recording to do video.
Mhm.
And I've just been like, just do something. Just come up, just have some ideas,
Mhm.
put it up. You can always change it.
That
But she's
doesn't
got to
feel
have it like exactly right.
No,
like,
that doesn't. I hear what you're saying. This is a marriage of laziness and indecisiveness,
or like
and also
furniture,
reluctance.
like cabinets in our bathroom,
God.
or fucking blinds on the fucking like. For me, so often I'm like, let's just get some blinds.
Yeah.
And then we'll have some blinds. And then if you want to get nicer blinds later, we could get nicer blinds later. Or we could get some cabinets for the bathroom to put stuff in. Cheap IKEA, doesn't matter. And then later if we want to get nice. She's like, no.
Yeah.
It's got to be. It's got to be exactly. So no to you.
But I don't.
But then we'll do nothing.
Someone has an agenda.
But then we'll do nothing
for the rest of your life.
for the rest of your life because she can't come up with the perfect solution.
Yeah. I don't know that is perfectionism so much as a lack of vision and indecisiveness, and it feels insurmountable to have to figure it out.
But like,
I
think of how you've
understand-
dealt with designers for like your website or whatever. It's like,
Mhm.
it's you'll get something and you'll be like, you don't know what exactly it is,
We're saying the same thing.
but you know that it has to be exactly what you want.
No, that's not exactly right. It's close though.
Tell me what it is. Tell me what it is.
I think I just did it.
It might have just been exemplified, but yes.
I will get something, and I know that for someone else it's good. Like I know that this is good. I know they put their work into it. I can't articulate why I don't like it or what I want it to be. I just know that this isn't it. And then that causes me immense distress because I feel like, Allison, quit being such an Allison. Like then I go into this dark place of like, you're doing it again. You're being a perfectionist. You're being this. You're being unreasonable. You're being this. Just accept this thing. As opposed to just going like, this is good. I think I might want something different. Can I see more options? Like when I feel like this might be deja vu. Like I might have already said stuff like this, which wouldn't be deja vu. It would be repeating myself. Used to work at magazines, and some editors would just cross out your lead and say new lead. Versus when I was an editor, I felt like I needed to explain why this one wasn't working and like give a suggestion. You could just say new lead. Like I could just go back to the designer and be like, could I see some other examples?
Yeah.
But I know I never feel like okay doing that. So that's where
And that's fine, except that for a lot, and like for things like with your website, which turned out really well, it's like you did end up coming to a solution you liked. But often you let the perfect be the enemy of the anything.
Sure.
be the enemy
Like-
of momentum.
Like you just will not have any solution as opposed to just like, let's just do something.
Can I tell
it's
you
not
something?
excuse me.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't quite done.
I know.
Yes.
I'm talking.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Then you end
How
up doing
dare
nothing.
I?
Okay, good.
But if I really was like, I have got to get myself on YouTube. I've got to do video. I
thought
do.
you did have that attitude though. You don't?
Well, no, I feel like I should be on YouTube and I should do
it's
video.
not like a
it's
real
not a burning desire. It's not.
Okay.
If it were, look at my face. Do you see how it does
Oh,
not
it
have?
does. Yeah, the face does tell me the story
But what story is it telling you?
that you're just not. You don't really want to.
What else is it telling you? Is it telling you that I put a little bit of like skin bleaching cream, a little too much right here, and I've got a red spot?
Oh, is that what
I
causes
think
that?
so. I don't know.
Gotta
you
watch
know,
that
the-
I'm not seeing
biome.
any of
That
this.
skin biome.
Yeah,
Renee.
so I've heard. I
No,
don't
what
know.
the face tells you is I enjoy people not seeing my face. I enjoy not having to put on full makeup.
It's a good face though.
I know
a great
that
face.
I've been cursed with. Thank you very much. That's my curse.
It's a good face.
We've
I've
talked
got-
about this before. My first impression, the entire Can I Pet Your Dog episode, I couldn't stop thinking. I was like, how
I know. She's
how
very
is
pretty.
that so symmetrical?
Oh, my
like, and
gosh.
I wasn't
But
listening.
Allison-
She's such a perfect face.
It's gonna fade. You gotta get it on. You gotta get it on. You gotta get it out there while you got
I
it.
should have-
want it
I-
while you got it.
I already I did 2 pilot presentations. That's
Yeah.
for when you don't have enough money to do a full pilot and you're just going to present it. It's a hint of pilot.
Yes. Just a,
I feel like that's all done AI these days.
Yeah,
now.
Probably.
Go ahead.
In between the first one and the second one,
You aged.
I already faded. You can there's shit around my eyes on the second one that there wasn't on the first one.
That's
Was this
lighting.
Back
That's
when you did the
lighting.
what
Has
do
to
you mean?
be.
Pilot presentation.
When I did the pilot presentation for Allison Figures It Out.
Oh, back with
That was great. I looked
But
so
weren't
good.
you like? Was that when you were
I was
pregnant,
12.
or was that before?
No, Allison Figures It Out. It was all before I was pregnant. Allison Figures It Out was when I was in the prime of my looks. I mean, I was like
no.
still at Alan Carolla. Still at Adam Carolla. Mid 30s was the best for me.
I
And
think you
then,
look better
hang
now,
on.
actually.
And then
Don't
Agreed.
interrupt him when he's complimenting
Thank
you.
I
you.
know.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Thank
Let
you
him
very
go.
much. Go ahead.
I think you look better now.
Thank
than
you.
you did then.
You
I'm
look
old
great
now,
both.
though.
No.
You're aging well, but it's not always going to be so. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point is,
There is going to be a year where it
long-winded-
just all falls apart, and I want you to be
Long-
on YouTube before that.
Well, my long-winded thing was if I was like dying to get this up and going on video,
Yeah.
then I would be making it happen more. I'm dragging my feet because it's like something that I have mixed feelings about. I should talk about this in therapy and then
Well, all the
get the studio set up.
podcast is happening on YouTube right now.
I know. It's like, what, do you hate success? Do you hate money?
But this is what I mean about you.
This
being
is part
lazy.
of why
It's not
it's
lazy,
a little
though.
too real for the show.
It's definitely
This
not
is
lazy.
part of why WTF is ending.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to the episode. Have you?
I've
But I-
listened to the
Did-
public one. I need to go back and listen
did
to the
he
other,
do
but
video?
I do. And
No.
I think that's the reason why.
It's
Is
one
I
of
would
the-
imagine
Oh, that's
Acast was
interesting.
just like most of the money is going to be based in YouTube, and they were like, "That's not what this show is."
I read a
That's
list
interesting.
of reasons that he and his
Why
producer
didn't he
gave.
want to though? I would think that he would want to.
He's an old school audio guy, quote unquote.
yeah,
I
I think
think.
his career's also taken off.
I have a feeling that that's a
Same.
public explanation, but that the real reason is probably different.
Might
Yeah,
be
it
something.
sounds like a bit of a cover story.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
maybe.
just the
He
sense
gave
of
they
it.
gave
Okay.
a bunch of reasons, but one of them is they didn't want to have to do video.
And he might just be burned out.
Yeah.
you
That
know,
was
like,
the main reason.
He's only been doing it for 16,
Truly.
18 years
Yeah,
or whatever.
well,
Yeah.
So is this one over here.
I've been
See?
doing it for 14 years, and
Proof
I'm just
positive.
heating up, guys.
You're
I'm
not
just
lazy.
heating up. Okay, Renee,
Yes,
I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
Now, as I like that attitude, Daniel, take notes. As we record this,
Yes,
it is the afternoon
Mhm.
of the day,
Yes.
the evening of
Yes.
the Tonys.
yes,
You, as
Yes.
someone who used to be on Broadway,
yes.
it's a big day for you.
Huge.
Now, by the time they hear this,
Yeah.
Tonys will have already aired.
Already
but
done.
I don't know anything about, and Jeff is paying attention to because he loves musical theater.
Yes,
I cannot
Jeff.
stop talking about it.
I,
I love whimsy.
He loves when people break into song for no reason.
Yeah.
He loves spinning parasols. He
Yes.
loves it all.
yes.
What can we expect?
What do we know? And Jeff, we can do this together. First off, Jeff had a really good joke about he was making Monte Cristo sandwiches.
I
and
liked
then
it.
Thank you.
I couldn't stop thinking about a sandwich that I wouldn't want Monte Cristo, and I couldn't come up with it. Like even a
Like everything's good deep fried.
yeah, like even a tuna salad.
That's the first place my brain
But I
went.
feel like it'd make it better.
But egg salad.
Yeah, because now you just have fried eggs.
That's true.
I don't know. It would.
I ordered a Monte Cristo once
Mhm.
when I was in Las Vegas.
How'd it go?
I didn't like it.
Yeah. Fair.
Because it came with syrup and powdered sugar. Is that how they
I
always
mean,
think so.
are?
that's how you're selling meat on it.
Yeah,
with
I know.
it, yeah.
I was sold on it, but then I was like, I don't want this. I don't want this.
Too much combination.
There's ham in here, and it's too ham and like ham, cheese, syrup, and sugar.
That sounds
no.
amazing.
I know.
And they put jam in there too in a
It
weird way.
sounds. It
Yeah.
sounds amazing, but then
Well, where did you have it? I mean,
Caesar's Palace room
Vegas.
service.
That's a very Vegas sandwich.
It
by the
is.
way.
Yeah.
Vegas has.
And I washed it
extremes.
down with
Yeah.
postum and tomato
Yeah.
juice.
Vegas, like you know, they have some amazing restaurants. Obviously, they've recruited 5-star whatevers from all over.
Yeah.
And you can go there, and that's great. But like a lot of the buffets and stuff where you're like, oh, yeah, it's the Caesars buffet.
They're
And it's
so
like,
bad now.
Shit, man. It's like so disappointing.
We were so disappointed with our buffet experience.
Yes.
We'll never stop talking
And
about it.
I am very open to a buffet.
Yeah,
course.
I am-
Soup Plantation was our place we went
Like,
a lot
I
until we
love
got
the
tired of
idea
this
of a
diarrhea.
buffet.
It was such a bummer too.
Yeah.
We love a soup plantation, but it's every single time it led to diarrhea. And I'm not like a diarrhea prone person.
I feel like the diarrhea per ounce of food or per gram at soup is higher than Taco Bell. That might be why they're out
You
of
might be
business.
right. Yeah,
Maybe.
that could have done it.
Yeah.
That could have done it. I also miss it though.
Yeah.
If they brought it back, I'd go.
I mean, come
Daily.
on.
Ours was called Super Salad. Come on, we're having a great time with that name. That's real fun.
Wait, super. Oh, I get
get
it.
Yeah, I love it. Was it spelled SUPER?
Mm-hmm. Yep, adorable.
You guys know that joke? I remember thinking this was so funny when I heard it. I don't know the whole setup, but it's like this, old guy answers the door, and this woman's like, "I'm here to bring you the," like someone sent him this, like, "I'm here to bring you the super sacks," and he's like, "I'll take a soup." Now
I
we're
loved
having
it.
fun, just like when Renee said
Have
it.
you guess seen the restaurant here in Burbank? I guess it's a restaurant. It's called What Up Dough. I think
Oh,
it's a pizza
Can we
place.
talk
Daniel
about
and I
what
hate
up, Joe? Can I? Can I?
Every time I
I'm
see
so
it.
glad you brought that up.
Every time I see it, I'm like,
What is that
I
a
don't
play
get
on?
it.
Uh-oh.
Do people
I think it's-
say "what up" though? Like
I think it's a
"what up, dog"?
What Up
It doesn't.
Dog.
But that's not.
But it
doesn't
spelled
rhyme.
dough. I
No.
always think "what up" though.
Yeah.
Like that's how it
Yeah,
looks.
that's what I say. "What up" though is not a thing anyone says, and "what up,
Tougher.
dog." It should sound the same.
Yeah. Is Bugs Bunny behind it?
It's just
And
wrong.
he just was like, "No, it's right there. It's What
What
Up
up-
Doc, but it's dough."
Oh,
"What up,
yeah.
dough."
Oh,
just
is it
makes-
"what up, Doc"?
No,
It couldn't
but
be.
it's not-
No, it certainly couldn't be. But that's something Bugs Bunny would think. Would
Right.
work.
my best guess, because I'm baffled by it too. I
Yes.
was like, what's the gag here? I don't quite
I don't get it.
I think it's a joke that didn't quite land, but I think my best guess is it's What Up Dog
I think
is supposed to.
so too.
Because
but-
it's What
How
Up, not
did they
What's Up. It's
all
What Up.
agree with it? Or maybe one person
Everybody
pushed
signed
it
off
through.
on. Yeah.
I don't know.
bunch
It's
of
in a
people's-
bad location because there's like no parking.
What is it? Is it pizza or cookies?
Pizza. Well,
Oh.
it's right next door to a Crumbles. Which
Oh.
can we talk about Crumbles for a
Let's
second?
get
Crumble.
into it.
It's just
Yeah.
one.
Crumble.
Yeah.
It isn't a cookie.
Mm-mm. No.
It's a little cake.
Little cake.
And stop calling it fucking cookies. It's not cookies. It's little cakes. Thank you. That's all I have to say about Crumble. And way overpriced. Like for one little cake, and I will not call it a
Yeah.
cookie.
Are none of them cookies?
It's like fucking $6 or something.
Are none of them cookies? Have
Well, they
you-
call all of them
I
cookies.
know, but I'm saying,
I don't know if they sell actual fucking cookies. No.
I haven't experienced one that doesn't feel like.
did you enjoy it? What you
Feel
had?
cake? No, I didn't
Yeah.
love it. I
It's
didn't
just
love
that
it.
I don't know who.
Yeah, it was like somebody forgot to put whatever makes dough rise in the cookie, and they're like,
I don't know.
"Well, there's going to be a cupcake place, but
Hey, don't
no,
you like? Do not make me defend Portos
oh, okay,
across the street because they have actually good cookies.
oh, okay,
And what's
Who
the
was
deal?
about to make you defend
Yeah.
Portos?
The audience.
Oh, I see. Okay.
oh, I see, okay,
Don't make
All right.
me sing.
I love that so much. Don't make me say.
But please do interject that as your catchphrase
Yes.
at all
Don't
times
make
in all scenarios. Don't
Don't
make me
defend
defend Portos.
Portos.
Don't. Okay, I will.
It did sound like I was like wanting to defend Portos.
All right. Yeah. So what can we expect
So
at the
musicals,
Tonys?
yes. Now I too don't familiarize myself too much beforehand because then I get longing and I get upset that I'm not in New York to see it. So from what I understand, the musical for best musical to beat is called Maybe Happy Ending, and it's about two robots. Who one of them, their battery is no longer around, and so they're trying to figure out how to survive. And I don't think it ends great, but everyone around has been
And
like,
it's a musical.
the premise of this is brilliant. It's so
See,
good.
but here I've
Yeah.
been
I'm listening. Yep.
Evan. What is it?
Careful.
Evan fucking Hansen.
Mhm.
Dear Evan.
Dear Evan Hansen.
We saw the traveling version of
Yep.
that
How'd you
after
feel?
years of people going, "Oh my god."
So good.
I liked
And
the
I did
music.
not-
I listened.
Music's
I had
great.
listened to the album a
And
lot.
I'm sorry.
Didn't love it.
I hated it
Okay.
actually.
Oh, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it.
The music,
yeah.
some of the songs were okay, but like I just found it to be, oh, this is kind of like what people hate about musicals. Like this has that like quality that people, when they make fun of musicals, there were some things
Aren't
about it that
all
were
musicals like that though?
no.
Okay.
No, shut up.
Very good. Yeah. Okay.
You say shut up.
Depends on what. But like, I feel like Sweeney Todd doesn't.
Yeah.
Like the great musicals, they can become parodies of themselves. But
Fair.
Anyway, like it was just that like theater kid, like too melodramatic and clever and just
Trying
schmaltzy
too
and
hard.
sappy and ugh.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, when I hear like, "Ooh, this is the big," everyone, I'm like, give me 5 years.
Yeah.
And if people are still, it's like that movie Crash that won the Oscar. It's like
Right.
everyone's talking about it now. It sucks. In 5 years, people will know it sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll be able to call them like we say them.
Yeah,
But
thank
until
you.
then,
Are people still defending Crash? Or
No, my
loving Crash?
point is now people will
They
say like,
acknowledge.
"How did that movie win
Right.
Best Oscar or Best Picture? That's crazy." Yeah, it's
Okay,
like,
so
Right.
2 robots.
so two robot in the dawn of AI, maybe that's why everyone's losing their mind over. I don't know. I haven't
right.
seen it,
It
but that
speaks to this
what
moment.
I've heard. And then the other hot one who will win is Audra McDonald as Gypsy Rose. And when you watch the viral clip, you're like, I mean, obviously. But then,
Oh, and this is where Patti LuPone
Yeah.
put her foot in her mouth
She
or
really
whatever
did.
she did.
love
She,
her. I love how messy she is.
oopsies.
Wait, what was it? What did she say though?
She said something negative about Audra McDonald.
Something to the effect of
Had
just
she
like,
played that role before? Like, why did she?
Oh yeah. I think.
Okay.
Sorry, thank you.
I don't even know.
It's one of her
I
signature.
Jeff didn't push the microphone
dishes.
towards you. I did because I was
Yeah.
like, I just feel there's too much space.
Get
but I don't
in
know.
there.
Sorry, Jeff.
Okay, and it might be my
It's fine.
headphones are too loud.
Okay.
Am I okay, Jeff? Have I blown us out?
Nope, you sound
Okay.
great.
Are we blown?
Good.
You sound great.
You're not blown. You're good.
But yes, so Patti LuPone, an original Mama Rose, and was fantastic. But I guess she said something to the effect of just like, "I'll show you Broadway vet." And then there was a petition saying, "Don't let her come." I don't know how that ended up.
Wow.
Oh, so Patti LuPone was the original. Well, I can understand that.
But what was her
a little bit.
criticism of it?
I think it just like she didn't want anybody being touted as they're the toast of the town when I'm
The
the
original
Broadway vet.
toast.
But she's had other roles of hers. Wait, she's had other roles of hers.
Certainly.
Right.
brought
Well,
by
everyone
other
was
people.
like, she put down a powerful woman of color, and they got really upset about that.
"Oh, I see."
Yeah.
She,
Who's,
I didn't
like,
realize she was
excelling
a
in
woman of
theater.
And I
color.
think that it could have been like a few. I think her criticisms were pointed.
Oh.
They weren't necessarily at white women. They were at
Oh,
the
Yeah.
wrong
I
people.
didn't realize that was part of it.
Oh, that was a big part of it. Yeah.
Didn't she have a falling out with Andrew Lloyd Webber too? Though, like,
did
I
she?
love that shit.
Probably. That sounds right. That sounds right.
Anyway, okay, so there's
okay,
that.
So it's Audra McDonald as Gypsy Rose or Nicole Pussycat. I don't think that's her last name, but she was part of the Pussycat Dolls. Turns out she can sing like nobody's business, and she
Scherzinger.
is Norma Desmond. Yes. Thank you.
She's Norma Desmond.
in Sunset
exciting.
Boulevard, and I guess she's bringing down the house. So that's the big who will
Ooh.
win there.
I didn't know Sunset Boulevard was up for Tony's or even in the Broadways.
Same, and I guess they've deconstructed it this time. Where now she's just in this like silky nightgown, where she's not. There's no. It's just like the vulnerability of Hollywood.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to say something bold.
Let's hear it.
I'm tired of deconstructing things. I like when they're
Yeah.
constructed.
Construct them.
I like
Well,
them
you're
together.
not-
Pageantry. I like a big world.
Yeah.
I like costumes.
I
I,
do
like the
think-
whole thing. I do not need to see Hamlet in like a Brooks Brothers suit.
I do think the trend now is maximalism in design. So I think you're on trend.
Great.
Yeah. So Sunset Boulevard, missed the note on that. And then I can't think of Hamilton without thinking about your costumes, Daniel.
They were cute.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. But I guess Hamilton crew, because it's the 10-year anniversary, they're coming back for like a big.
Oh,
I
they're
didn't
gonna
even
do
know
it.
they went away. It's the opposite of
Shabadoo.
Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say a big shabadoo?
Yeah.
So are they going to do a shabadoo?
I think they're going to do a big shabadoo.
Oh,
I think
great.
a big old medley, and then Cynthia Erivo's hosting. So
Oh,
we're gonna have
that's
a great time with that.
cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quickly for your kiddo who loves musicals, Burbank is doing The Wedding Singer out
Oh.
here, the Colony Theater. I think he'd love it. I caught it Friday.
It
It's
was
great.
good?
It's great. They're doing a great job with it, and it's like kid friendly.
I've never been to the Colony Theater.
Get in there.
I always
All
wondered
right.
what
We'll have a good
happened at
time with
that
it.
theater.
Yeah, I don't know a ton other than Heather Provost is the new like artistic director, and they have a new social media team that's I think they're going to revive it in a way that like 2-3 years it's going to be
The
huge.
mural
Yeah.
on the wall next to it has really, I love this. I love when I see this really terrible portraits of celebrities who've performed there. And it's like at the Improv
Yeah.
in Hollywood, in the parking area, you know how they have all the portraits and they're so bad. And the one of Patton Oswalt is like borderline
Offensive?
a hate crime.
Oh, come on.
Like, it's like, if I were him, I would be so insulted by that portrait. It's like, oh my God, I think it's I
tough.
love it so much.
You
I have
know how
not
when you
seen this
get-
mural. Yeah.
Did your childhood involve a lot of caricatures? Because mine did.
It had
Just nonstop
the
caricatures.
dream of wanting it, but never got it.
Oh,
But yeah.
really? Okay, so we used to go. I mentioned Bobby McGee's recently,
Yes.
as we were talking about chain restaurants that we went to when we were kids. Bobby McGee's was one of them, but then there was also this place. I don't know if it's a chain. It was called Baxter Street. You know, I think there was like a little dinner performance there.
Okay.
It was a place that I would go on my birthday, Baxter Street, and there was some kind of entertainment that would happen
Yeah.
while you ate dinner. And then you'd go upstairs, and there was a caricature artist, and you'd get a caricature.
Oh,
And
amazing.
it'd be like, you know, what are you into?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you know, well, I'm taking violin lessons. And so it'd be a giant head and a tiny violin.
Right.
And then, so I have a memory of receiving a number of these caricatures, but not just at Baxter Street or Baxter's, I can't remember. But you'd hold it and you'd think, I'm trying not to be insulted by this. I'm trying. I knew what I was. You know,
Yeah.
it's like asking for a roast and
Right.
then being offended. Like
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting. I'm trying not to be insulted by it. But Daniel, you are giving power and comfort.
Bad caricature artists.
No, to people being offended by their caricatures.
Well, I think it depends. You know, caricature is a really. I have deep respect for a good caricature artist
Sure.
because, like, you know, I think they're not.
Respected?
They're not respected. It's seen as like a novelty
True.
kind of talent. But a good caricature artist, and what I mean is like someone who captures a likeness.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
like in a
does
couple
it,
lines.
but does it with extreme exaggeration.
Yeah.
You don't understand how hard that is.
Yeah.
Like that is like virtuoso level skill. And so I have like I just love a good caricature artist. But a lot of it does straddle that line between like, wait, is this mocking me? You know?
or is this how I
or
look?
is this just a bad caricature artist?
Right.
And there are these two people, and I think they're in Hawaii. They're on social media, and they do the most hilarious caricature artists, and they're meant to be insulting.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because you'll see the people sitting there, and you'll see them smiling. You'll see them smiling, and the ha ha hoo hoo, and then you see the fucking
Yeah.
thing, and it is always it's like the most insulting thing you've ever seen. It's like if someone has big teeth, the one person will have giant teeth, and the other person's like living inside the teeth. And like,
Hilarious.
yeah, and
Delightful.
and it forces them to have to laugh at themselves, which
Yeah.
is something we need more of in our society. Is
Couldn't-
people laughing at themselves.
I
So,
love it. This is on Instagram. Where are we finding this?
yeah, I'll try to put it out. I'll try to promote it. It's so good, so good.
Obsessed. I
Jeff.
love this.
Yes.
What will you be doing during the Tonys tonight?
I will be doing, well, first I'm going to do Fosse finger flexes ahead of time so that I don't get stiff Fosse fingers, but I will be largely doing Fosse fingers through the entire event.
Smart. That's what
Yeah.
you do every year, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I locked up a couple times the first time that I did it. That's why I figured out how to do the stretches. It's not just muscles, it's the tendons you have to loosen up.
And you watch the whole thing underneath the brim of a
Yeah.
hat.
Pulling fedora. I have a fedora. It's my Tony's fedora, and I kind of pull on it. Sometimes I'll have a pink rose or maybe a calla lily, and like
Right.
kind of
And you're sitting on a high stool.
yeah, and wearing suspenders, and
Yeah.
and I'll have it cradled in my arm. That's kind of my
That is how I imagine you.
Yeah, it's. I think it's a little excessive, but that's my thing.
Certainly not.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think
when
so.
I was a kid, I took ballet, tap, and jazz because at the time that I was a child, you had to.
Yeah.
Did you also, Renee?
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
I didn't realize. It seems to me that jazz dance is entirely grew out of Bob Fosse. Is that right? Or did jazz dance exist before
I
him?
think that's probably right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
That
I'm
seems
sure
right.
he had influences, like
Sure.
but like I do think of I was thinking about this the other day. How much did he have fetishes? Like, it's weird how much of the language,
Like tall, flexible ladies.
you know who Helmut Newton is, the photographer, the fashion photographer.
Mm.
Oh, okay, never mind. There's certain things.
I appreciate a quick abandon of
There are
ship.
certain
They won't
things
be getting
in
it.
his art where you're like, he's fetishizing that.
Yeah,
and
like
I
what?
wonder if that's just like, you know what? I really just like these things, these
Yeah.
flares, these details, these costume elements, and these moves, and that, or if it just goes a little deeper.
Right.
So
You know?
in Fosse, what would they be? But then I also need to know in Helmut Newton, what were they?
Well, it's just like very tall, like long legs, heels, red lip. You know, it's just like
This
there's
is
like
Fosse
a
or
particular.
Newton?
That's Newton. Like there's
Oh.
like a
It
particular
sounds like
like
they have
high
an overlap.
fashion.
It sure does. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, with Newton, it's like the fedora and the
Again,
kind
it's
of
exactly the same as Fosse.
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh-oh. They the same person? Mm-mm. Have we seen
Well,
them in the
that's
same
why I
room?
think is there like some sort of fetish element to
Right.
it.
Possibly.
It feels fetishy to me,
The only-
but it could just be the language of jazz dance. I don't know enough about that shit, so
No,
like.
That sounds right. That sounds right. The only thing I know of it is from the FX smash hit limited series Fosse Vernon.
That's what we know too. That's
Thank
our
you.
frame of reference
and
as well.
yeah, I think his big thing was letting Vernon make a lot of good choices and him taking credit for it. Yeah, I think was his thing.
Yeah. So
But
it was
then,
her
like-
fetish.
But or
Yeah.
is that like saying, people who choreograph ballet, their fetish is like ladies with long toes?
No, because like because all the ballet is referencing the same shit. Like, or
Okay.
what
right.
I know, maybe that's not true, but like it feels like they're all doing the same thing. Whereas like his was so specific.
Right.
Like you can't go. It's not like some of his elements are there in other types of. It's like no, that's just Fosse.
Yeah.
So it feels like it's a sexual fetish.
Right.
Now,
I don't know what I'm
I was
trying
going
to
to change
say.
the topic. Did you have something
No,
to say
I
about
was just
this?
going to say, I guarantee that there are a ton of like influencers that we're missing out on. But yes, I would imagine that.
Have you seen the footage though of his dance, Fosse playing the snake in The Little Prince?
No.
Set to the Michael Jackson song?
Whoa.
Well, because that's where Michael Jackson got his influence for like Billie Jean, and a lot of his dance was from Fosse, and
Interesting.
specifically that dance that he did in The Little Prince. And if you watch it, you're like, oh my god, that's
Look
Michael
at that.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They like do like a side by side. It's pretty incredible. Now, speaking of ballet, is
Yes.
anyone else watching and just like that, the Sex and the City? You are?
Yes.
Okay, Jeff, I know that you don't miss an episode.
Never once.
Yes, that's when I can get my Fosse fingers to get my calla lily out of my cradle arms. I put that on.
All right. Daniel said something that I thought was so funny and true last night. Are
I'm
you
listening.
caught up?
Yes.
We're not spoiling anything.
There's only
Daniel's-
2 episodes, right?
Of this new
Two.
season,
Okay, got it.
yeah.
Okay. Then yes. I'm ready.
Daniel said, "Why do I hate Aidan and Carrie's love?"
I hate that love.
Yeah.
And
Correct.
I agree. I hate it too. And I posted on Threads, and I used the topics feature, which is like their hashtag.
Yeah.
And I have gotten like 300 responses, like which is a lot for me.
Yeah. What's the Monte Carlo regression of
Yeah.
this? What have we
I
learned?
know. We've
People hate
learned that people have a lot to say about Aidan. But I realized, and I would like to go around and figure out why they're so atrocious. But I have long said that as uncomfortable as it is being around people who aren't getting along,
Yeah.
it's actually equally, if not more uncomfortable being around people who are getting along too well. You know, and you're just like, ugh. I
Yes.
liked you better when you weren't getting along.
Yes.
That's how Aidan and Carrie are.
Yes.
They're like a ew, icky, gross, cutesy.
Honestly,
That's all they are.
I feel the same way watching her do phone sex with Aidan as I would watching my parents bone.
Tough. That was a
You know
tough
what I
scene.
mean?
It
And
was a
like
tough scene.
it's
It's
that
gross.
it's that feeling of like, oh god, please stop, please interrupt this scene.
But bring your kitten back.
Yeah.
Shoo.
Oh, she's like, I'm touching you the way I want you to. Ugh! Stop,
Ugh. Ugh.
stop.
Tough.
I think she said I'm touching myself the way you touch me.
Ugh. Like honestly, it makes
But
me
now-
hate sex.
Yeah.
But now is this is ageist. I remember watching one of the Sex and the City movies, and two characters were having sex, and I was like, oh God, I didn't realize how much I'm used to only seeing attractive people in a sex scene.
Sure.
And these are realistic icky bodies.
Seriously, I'm not one of these people that think she's unattractive.
Okay.
I think she's attractive.
I just
not
thought maybe
that.
it was like the age.
It's not
of it
the
all.
age.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm into like grandma
Juliette
porn.
Binoche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the age. It's not that she's unattractive. There's a quality to the way it's approached. The way that it's like there's this. It's so everything's so precious.
Yeah.
It's just like this ultra like sincerity, taking yourself seriously aspect to it that I just it just gives me the willies.
I was gonna say the exact same thing, that like it's only because of the way I would behave, but the lack of like self sort of like making fun of yourself in it,
Yes.
I think is the only way you can get through that, and the only way it actually relates. But that's just because
Yeah.
what I personally prefer to do.
Yeah.
Like somebody in there being like, wait, legally at this age, are we allowed to do this? Like just give me some sort of something that
Some
gives me
acknowledgement.
indication
Yeah.
that this is gross and weird, and I sure hope no cameras are rolling. I hate to have somebody watch this.
Yeah.
If you gave me those lines, oh God, I'd be so into it.
Yeah.
Do I just hate sincerity?
Well, it's interesting. You know, I thought this was a different topic, but it's interesting because it kind of relates to the like whimsical arch quality of musicals, but you like musicals.
I would also
Yes.
argue, is that sincere? What they did, is that sincere? I don't think it was. I think
Maybe.
they're both.
It's self-serious more than sincere, maybe.
Yeah, but there wasn't a sincereness to it. Like we would have seen more like,
Humility.
self-conscious.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nobody showed that.
That
Right.
does actually bleed into another criticism I have of that show, specifically her character, which is like she doesn't seem to have a sense of humor. Like she'll laugh and she'll make jokes
Right.
in quotes, but her jokes are always corny. Like she's not like, and she's never really.
Take that, Carrie Bradshaw.
Oh, boy.
Finally,
Am
someone
I wrong?
says it.
Am I wrong?
I don't know. I'd argue that hat was the funniest joke
Oh,
she's
my
ever
God.
told any of us. That's a pretty good joke.
That was
What
that
was
a
worse,
strawberry
the
the
shortcake.
hat? Was it? What was worse, the hat or the necklace that her friend was
Oh,
wearing
the
that with the big
twine
fragrance
balls.
balls?
dryer balls.
This is all my wife will let me watch. So,
That's
folks,
not
this
true.
is what I
We're
have
watching
to
a,
get into.
a series of series.
What do we have?
We finished. We just finished Hacks.
Great.
We are watching The Valley.
Yep.
Which I keep falling asleep.
I'm into the valley.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're watching 9 Perfect Strangers.
Okay.
And we're watching And Just Like That. This is a lot for us.
Great. Have you guys gotten into the studio yet?
We were
Oh,
watching
yeah, that's
that,
good.
and then we
Okay. That's
abandoned
good.
it, but we'll get back to
Okay.
it.
Great.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd like that.
Of course, if there were shows that I wanted to watch, these would not be the shows we would be watching. Just to be clear, so that people don't lose complete respect for me.
What
What would it be?
you
Well,
would
I
be
have
watching The Valley and like Summer House if you were choosing.
Summer
Vanderpump Villa.
House.
I don't know.
I've been told that's good.
Okay.
So I would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't get that
I would-
respect, honey.
I need to catch up on The Last of Us. Stuff that would be scary to you.
Sure. I don't love that I had to come face to face with my own just absolute fragility, meaning fragile. So I probably said that wrong.
No, you said it right.
No, you said it right.
I can't even get through a little trailer of The Last of Us. Too spooky.
It is
Fast forwarding
spooky.
with it in front of hacks. Too scary. I
Mush-
can't do it.
Straw mushrooms growing out of someone's face.
Uh-uh.
Ew.
No.
No, thank
No.
you.
But you go be brave and watch it,
Yeah.
and then hacks, please.
It's good, but I don't know what to tell you.
But no, and with your summer house and your valley, I think across the board, it's like anything that feels not real is harder to watch. I don't like reality because you're not letting me know that this is scripted.
I'm
when I
with
know
you.
it's scripted.
I'm with you on that. I do have more of an appetite for stuff. It's like either it's that arch kind of like reality programming of
Yeah.
Bravo, or something that just takes me.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch like gritty real stuff these days.
Mm-mm. I don't think anybody does.
Isn't The Last of Us kind of? I mean, like, it's fantasy.
No, but I'm a sucker for post-apocalyptic, which I argue is.
He doesn't want gritty.
Well, I have argued famously
Famously.
that
Oh, here we go again.
that post-apocalyptic stories are a new genre and probably the first new genre in a very long time. That it's their own genre, and
You're
that
not
it's
wrong.
it's like this sort of combination of like Western tropes and sci-fi tropes, but
Yeah.
it's different from both of those, and I love it
Yeah.
as a genre.
Did you watch Paradise?
No.
Okay.
Should we have?
I did. I watched a few of it, but it's the same post-apocalyptic
Mhm.
theme.
I would like to bring back my signature segment that we
Yes.
haven't done in forever. Yes, please, or oh, please. Now, this is where I'm going to throw out a highly controversial topic. People get canceled over this. They receive hate mail, things left on their doorstep. It can be bad, but you still have to.
Play because you're on the show.
That's right. It's like a death elimination round. You have to play yes, please, or oh, please. We'll hear the
He
song.
said, yes, please, give me some of that. Oh, please, that's much crap.
Okay. How do you feel? No, right down the middle. You got to choose a side. When people spell ketchup, C-A-T-S-U-P. Now, the traditional spelling, K-E-T-C-H-U-P, right? I thought I knew, but then for a second I doubted myself. But occasionally you'll come across C-A-T-S-U-P. Who wants to go first?
Can I have a follow-up question for
Yes,
context? Is it the punchline of what's a cat's favorite condiment?
I don't want to tip my hand.
Okay.
But
It's just separate. I go into the grocery store and I see it. There's no joke.
yeah,
giving it
no
a-
joke.
okay.
No.
Okay.
It's just like an alternate. It's like donut, D-O-N-U-T.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like when I see it spelled C-A-T, it's kind of like when you get ketchup and it's Hunt's and not Heinz.
Mm.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this isn't going to be exactly the right flavor.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is going to be a little bit too
Yeah.
like watery or maybe too vinegary. It's not going to hit that ketchup spot.
Is that how Hunt spells it?
I don't know, but it's just I always
Yeah.
assume it's some knockoff of ketchup, even though it might be the original spelling. It's not gonna taste like
I should have
fucking
done research.
all American ketchup should
Yeah.
taste.
I should have done research to figure out why there is this alternate spelling. I'm with you with Hunt's. Hunt's, it's always like, oh.
Hunt's,
It's like, some people would say it's like Pepsi versus Coke, except now I feel like they're kind of neck and neck. But yeah, Hunt's is just, you're off.
and I remember for a while people.
off.
You're off.
I remember for a minute there people were like, RC Cola is actually better than both.
Oh boy.
Is that true?
I don't think so.
Bold statement. Maybe.
Is there anyone who likes Hunt's better than Heinz, though?
Yeah,
Sure.
and like who are these people who are like
And are you just
choosing
being
Hunt's?
contrarian?
Yeah.
Well, I have something to say about it.
Please. Let's hear it.
Oh, please! Catsup? Catsup?
Yeah.
No, it's ketchup.
Right.
I used to
But
think.
don't you pronounce it the same?
Yes, that's why I don't like it.
Oh, it forces you to pronounce it in the wrong way.
It's just what's the point of you? Because I don't think, like, you know how you can spell gray,
Yeah.
gray or gray,
Right.
E or
Which
A.
is the right,
A is
No
American.
clue.
but they mean
Oh.
the same thing.
Yeah, it's just like a Canadian or British spelling and an American spelling. But I use an E because I'm fancy.
Yeah, you are.
But or like theater, THEATRE. That's a little bit like, oh, pinky in the air.
Mhm.
I used to think it was just an alternate spelling, but then somewhere along the way I encountered info that like, no, it's like a casual. It's not a correct spelling.
Hmm.
Maybe it was at a magazine where they're like, we don't accept this. I don't know. Anyway, oh, please to catsup. Renee.
Correct. Yeah, no, that's right. I think is the worst speller that has gotten worse and worse and worse by the day. The more technology is helping me be like, yeah, okay, well, you got two of the letters of the 8, right? So we're pretty sure you
It
mean
usually
this.
knows what you mean. Yeah,
Right.
I know.
Can't spell anything. So I feel like the CAT version would help me out more
Oh,
because I think I say ketchup.
that's
And
how we all
and so
say
if I were to come at it without AI helping me, I might toss an A in there. So the cat that helps me spell better. But in general, stick with what you know. Oh, please.
Thank
Oh,
you.
please.
Thank you.
As a lifelong bad speller,
Yeah.
I feel like people who get uptight about spelling. There's something wrong with your brain. Like, who gives a
Listen,
shit?
I adamantly disagree with all those people who are just like spelling matters. I
Yeah,
agree.
it
So I
doesn't
guess
matter
I
as long as
agree
you
with
know what I'm
Oh my god,
saying.
spelling should have been what we're doing. Yes, please, or oh, please.
Like if I'm
about.
writing a novel, fine. Like get the spelling right, but like who fucking cares?
It's
Like
fine.
it's about communication.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Do you want to do spelling next? We got.
All right. Well, I mean, Okay, Jeff, catsup.
KETCHUP. I'm trying to look on the internet to find out why some are called catsup and others are ketchup, and the internet is just ruined now. Like every article that I click on, it's like this nonsense article that has clearly been like AI copped from something else that never answers the question and never explains.
Right,
it.
like is catsup like that includes a certain ingredient and ketchup? And
No, there's no difference as far as I can tell, but there's also no, each one of these things, it's like, here's the difference between ketchup and ketchup, and then it just doesn't tell you why one is called one and the other is called.
Ketchup originally have some sort of fish oil in it or something?
Yeah, it's supposedly all comes from some Chinese fish something called cakchop or something like that.
And is that spelled with a K?
Interesting.
Really?
That's CACKCHOP.
Oh.
But as far as I can tell, it seems like there were a bunch of spellings for it, and then when Heinz kind of became the big player, they chose KETCHUP, and that's why that's more popular. But I don't know why anyone would hold on to CATSUP.
Especially since the flavor that we associate with it is Heinz's flavor.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they add the flavor deliberately of like burnt aluminum to it because when they originally made it, when they would make it in pans, you get this or burnt. Maybe I think it's aluminum.
Yeah.
But they stopped making it in those. And they started making big vats, and it lost that flavor, and people were like, this doesn't taste right. So they had to add that flavor artificially back to it.
So I did a light Google.
Let's hear it.
And what I found is that apparently, Jeff, have you encountered this too? Both are valid spellings.
Yeah, they're both legal.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I withdraw my case from the court. So I think what happened was when you work at magazines, oftentimes they'll have like a style guide which says, we spell it this way, we do this, and I guess they did not accept catsup.
Got it.
So
That was the
stand
originator
corrected.
of this. I don't know if you stand corrected so much as one
I still feel
magazine.
strongly about it.
Yeah.
I just thought that it was a cutesy spelling of it, but I'm wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, if they get marketing a hold of it and there's a cute cat giving it to me and it tastes better than the rest of them, I'm in.
Yeah.
But you got to get that cute cat in there.
Right. Without the cute cat, oh, please.
I just found one article, and there's a graph, which is Daniel would like. But
I love it.
He loves
already.
numbers.
around 1900, it looks like the two spellings were neck and neck. And then through the 20s, 30s, until about 1960, catsup was leading.
Ooh.
And somewhere around 1960, ketchup just took off, and catsup.
Heinz was like, enough of this shit.
Yeah.
Bury him. Bury him.
Interesting.
John Heinz was like, bury him.
But I wonder if it was pronounced catsup. If you say it fast enough, or if they would put the
Great
in there.
question. Yeah, get ourselves to
Boy,
TMC
we
and
should go
watch
on
a bunch
and
of
on
old.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. We should.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about 5 versus 6. That was fun.
5 versus 6.
5 months versus 6 months.
Oh,
Mhm.
that was also you though.
No, but I appreciate a good.
What was something
number
boring
segment.
that Daniel talked about? I feel like there was something really long.
Spreadsheets
There
are
was something
boring.
long and boring.
Yeah.
Not at all. Both of you are fascinating. I love a
Thank
calendar talk.
you.
I love a
We love
spreadsheet
you,
talk.
Renee.
Most people are tuning in for either one of those things.
Let's do Just Me or Everyone.
It's time for Just Me or Everyone. Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
Skadoop doop.
Yeah, I like that. That's fun. I like the end of that.
All right. Chandra says, just me or everyone, the most terrifying thing is being surprised in the shower. My husband must announce himself if he comes in the bathroom while I'm showering because I don't want to open my eyes and see someone standing there. That's not just you.
No,
Yeah,
that's
who would do
everybody.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could tell a
Yeah.
story. I'm sorry, Allison.
Uh-oh.
When I was with my ex,
Oh. I was like, what's happening?
So she had long, dark hair like you, Allison.
Someone's got her type. It's
And
fine.
I was showering.
No, but she had like gigantic breasts.
No. Okay.
So she didn't look
irrelevant
exactly like me.
to the story. I had just
Soaping up
seen.
her giant bosoms.
We had just seen The Ring, and I was showering, and she snuck in behind me while I was washing my face, and I turned around. She had her hair down in front of her face.
Oh, she was trying to be scary.
Yeah. And I don't think I've ever been more fucking. It was like one of those things where you just like your chest like collapses in on itself. Like it's that thing where you feel like you want to think.
Yeah.
That if you were truly terrified, you'd be like, "Hi-ya!"
Right.
Ha! Instead, I was like, Mommy. Like it was so fucking. I'll never forget that.
Yeah,
fear.
it's still visceral. You can see it.
So
And then did you laugh, or what did you do?
Well, immediately I was very pissed.
Of course.
Then it was. I had to admire the
Artistry of the spook.
Yeah. The only other time I've been that scared was when I was like really, really high and walking down a suburban block, and a giant lizard man jumped out of the hedges. It wasn't really there, just so you know.
Okay.
Was anything there, like a small lizard man?
No, but it was like very real to me, and that was very similar.
Wait, you were
It was a
high on what?
combination of ketamine and Adderall.
Wait, really?
No, just pot.
Okay.
But for some reason, I was
You were
hallucinating.
Yeah.
And so those are the only two times I've been that scared.
Real spooked.
Were you alone when you were
No,
walking
I was
down?
with my friends, but it was a dark,
Did they also then what happened? So you're walking down a street.
Well, they were
a
like, "What's
lizard-
wrong with you?" Because I was like crouched in the middle of the street. So, I wasn't gonna fight it. He had like almost an alligator face.
Yeah. No, you certainly can't.
What are you gonna do? Punch his alligator nose?
Right.
I guess.
But everybody knows lizards, man, can't see a crunch.
So when they said to you, "What's going on with you?" then what did you say?
I think I may have been like, "I'll tell you later." Kind of. I don't know that I was in a state of mind to really like explain what I just saw but didn't see. You know what I mean? Like it was.
But were you still seeing him, or had he
No,
evaporated by then?
I think I may have closed my eyes and he was gone. Because again, he wasn't really there.
Yeah.
Just in my head.
Delightful. That is among your biggest spooks. That's hilarious.
I just remember the feeling. It was a
Yeah.
very intense feeling.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
So which is why I numb myself out with drugs and alcohol.
You know what's interesting?
Yes.
What's that?
I'm just thinking, that's so different than anything I would ever do.
That's why I'm with you. I was like, I don't want someone who will scare me in the shower anymore.
I am like, Daniel will do this thing where if the kids have lost something and they're like, "Daddy, could you look in the car for my this?"
Right.
He'll come in with it like in his back pocket, and he'll be like, I couldn't find it. Sorry, guys. And then he'll turn over. He'll like turn around so they can see it, and then he'll be like, "Yeah, I couldn't find
Don't
it
I
anywhere."
sound fun?
That's
and
very
she hates
cute.
that.
And I was like,
love
"You've
it.
got to stop doing that."
Oh.
Because
I sound like a fun dad.
I
Right?
know, when
yeah.
as I tell the story,
Right.
it
hear it.
sounds fun.
It sounds fun.
But in reality, when he comes in and says, "I didn't find it," they're like crushed.
Sure.
And they don't catch that it's in his pocket.
Got it.
And I'm like, this is a tense moment for them because it's something important to them. If it was like, my protein, not that I eat protein bars, but if it was something,
Yeah, something super
Easy.
important.
Yeah.
something not important. But this is like their, whatever, like back when they had like security items and things like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, when you walk in, they just want to know if you found it or not. That's not the time to like do a little bit.
A little
Yeah.
joke. I think the only way that backfires is if it really isn't there and you come in and you're like, "I couldn't find it." They're like, "Okay. Yeah, all right.
Well,
You'll
I
find
mean,
it."
They don't necessarily
you teach
believe
them.
me all the time now.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit it backfires when you're like that as a dad, because then you lose
Credibility.
credibility.
Yeah.
No, they just think I'm
So, and if
joking.
that's how
But it's
anti
hilarious.
for someone older. Although when I lost my glasses and you came in with them on the top of your head saying you hadn't found them, even I didn't appreciate that. 'Cause it took me forever to see them.
Yeah, because you needed the glasses to see them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, it's
I should
not.
have just warned them.
So did she do lots of pranks?
No, that's what was so funny about it. It was kind of out of character.
A one-time prank. I like that she sees the shower opportunity of it. Of just like, what's the best?
Yeah,
Because you
it's the
can
wet
giddy a
hair.
lot. Like
It was
you
the
can
wet hair.
around the corner. Yeah, that's very funny.
Wait, she came into the shower and surprised you, or just
Yeah,
was in the?
She
Oh
like,
my God, that would really scare me.
Yes, you're not expecting anyone in the shower, much less the girl from the ring. My friend he was on a business trip. He had watched The Ring falling asleep in his hotel room.
Oh God.
And then he turned he turned it off, and in the middle of the night the TV came on.
Oh my God.
And he was just like, it was like
No.
really loud. that shit was yeah, that movie fucked us.
Even just hearing about Nightmare on Elm Street, like the premise of that, I was like, well, now I'll never sleep because he comes to you in your nightmares, doesn't he?
I'm having so many flashbacks. The girl who was my tormentor as a child, I think every boy had an older girl who was their tormentor. I like to think I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
And she was like a couple years older than me, and she just knew I was gullible, and so she would just tell me things like, I had a messy room, and I liked marbles, and she's like, if you lose your king marble, all your other marbles run away, and I just was like in tears. You know? But she also convinced me that, because there was an Elm Street
Right.
in Tucson, and she was like, that's
That's
where
it. That's
Nightmare
the
on
one.
Elm Street, and there's like there's rooms full of blood and all this stuff, and I was just terrified
Oh
of
my
it.
God.
So I
Yeah, spooky. That would have got me too. Jeff loved it. Jeff loved it.
anyway.
All right. Any other just me or everyone's?
Oh yeah, I had one. First, that was a great just me or everyone. I'm hesitant to say this because it takes me forever to get it out of my own head, but arachnophobia shower scene where
Haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it either.
so these spiders will kill you, and one of them's in the shower.
Ugh.
Terrible.
Do they look like
Terrible.
regular spiders?
Scary spiders. They look like little baby tarantulas. And then you can't, like, you will not close your eyes in the shower for years after you watch it. This is a very dumb one, but it's mine. My allegiance to seasonal flavoring is gotten pretty severe because Starbucks now has a new cinnamon spicy drink that I really want to try, but cinnamon is for Christmas.
I was going to say,
Oh.
this seems like a weird time to
Yeah,
roll
what would
this
be the
out.
season now? What's the seasonal flavor
they
now?
It
launched
should be like fruity.
Yeah, exactly. Or like my little evening drink in the winter is a cinnamon. God, what is that? Some type of cinnamon tea. And now it's that tart cherry juice, which TikTok will tell you is a sleepy girl cocktail. And my God, does it work? But I can't
A
have it.
Sleepy Girl. Is that a thing? Sleepy Girl
Yeah.
cocktail?
I don't know what is in tart cherry juice, but my God, if you drink it right before you go to bed, it's that Parker Posey, like I slept like a corpse. It's just,
I gotta
it's
try
crazy. It's so good. But anyway, I can't try the cinnamon drink that Starbucks has just put
Yeah.
out. I'm worried that it's going to be limited because,
Wait, so they just put it out?
yeah.
Wait,
What
why-
are they doing? It's June.
Yeah, Jeff, I need help. What's it called? It's I don't remember.
Is it like an horchata kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm.
it's got like cinnamon and oat milk. And
That
it
sounds so good.
delicious, but I can't do it
Not in
because it's June.
You can't do
Oh,
it in June.
you're the one.
It's my
you're the
personal
limiting factor
allegiance.
here.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
just me or everyone.
You can't drink this.
Like you're not
can't.
having any pumpkin pie
No.
in June.
No,
Is anyone?
You can't.
There
Okay.
are places. I
I
feel
feel
like
like you could go to Marie Callender's and get it.
You could, but it's not. It's gonna feel like you cheated
Yeah.
on someone.
could someone who we've brought this up year after year after year after year. I need someone who works in the dairy industry to explain what goes on with eggnog.
Mm.
Why is it not year round? Is it
Mm.
because there's not demand for it? Is
It's
there?
got to be it. It's got to be just that people don't want to.
But how do they know? Monte Carlo regression situation.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's just like if people would buy it in June, they'd sell it in June.
Right, but they've never tried it.
That's true. Maybe that's what Starbucks is doing. Maybe they Monte Carlo'd it. And they're
Yes.
like, why don't we try it with the cinnamon thing?
We'll start
if
with
they
that.
like that-
We'll see how Renee they are.
Horchata is actually can be a kind of a refreshing drink.
I'm
I
sure
think
it
so.
can be.
I'm
but
not.
I,
A cinnamon milk is not refreshing. Thin cinnamon milk with oatiness.
You know, you should try it.
it'll take. And I might cave because I love cinnamon so much, but
Where
I'm just upset.
are you quenching your thirst with horchata?
There's tons of places. You could get it at Pollo Loco. They have horchata.
And you have on a hot day, you've been like, I'll take a mega gulp of horchata.
Have I done that? No, but I have had it and thought, oh, this is actually
It's
this is
refreshing.
good. It's refreshing.
Okay.
Okay.
So is it a cinnamon dolce latte?
Maybe it's some sort of new thing, but yes, sounds
cinnamon
like that.
almond milk macchiato.
Maybe.
Do these
They're-
look new?
It's hard to tell. Apparently, there are 25 cinnamon drinks.
I know this all sounds right. You guys talk amongst yourself. I'll see if I can find it. The chorchata thing sounded right. Hold on. Starbucks. No, good. I'm glad we're taking time to do this. You want to talk numbers while I wait for this?
You're like talking amongst yourself. We're like, we've never had less to say than right now when you're on your phone. A cat, got our tongue.
Yes, the ice horchata oat milk shaken espresso.
It sounds delicious.
A new cinnamon flavored drink that combines Starbucks blonde espresso, horchata syrup. You should get paid for all this, and oat milk. Doesn't that sound great? Like it sounds great, but
Sounds
not right
really
now.
good.
But not right now. Not in June.
Even right now, it does.
Give me a tart cherry right now.
I feel like that's not a super cinnamony drink, though. I think they're overselling the cinnamon.
Yeah.
I think the cinnamon might just be a
subtle.
hint. But I also see why you don't want to do cinnamon
That helps.
outside of the holidays.
That helps.
Am very torn. You know what that is? That is something where to me all the words sound so good, and I feel like my first sip I'd be like, it wasn't as good as the words made it sound. Like
Fair.
blonde espresso. I don't know what that is. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I know what it is. It's espresso. It's just a
Slightly
certain
roasted.
But part of me wants to say, Renee, I
Yes.
think you can go get that now. It doesn't seem
okay.
that wintry. And the other part of me really likes
Yeah.
the structure you've imposed on your life
Thank you.
and just the sort of the attitude behind it.
Thank you.
And I don't want to see you just let that go, because if you don't have that, what do you have?
It
you
is
know?
a better way to live,
Which one?
frankly.
Which one?
Renee's. Because
The first way, the second way.
It makes it special.
this world of total availability
Yeah.
is a worse world.
I don't disagree.
When the Charlie Brown specials are available whenever you want them,
Yeah.
and not Thursday night on
Yeah.
this date, and
Yep.
you watch it or you miss it,
Yep.
it makes it who gives a shit.
Yep.
But if it's you can only watch it, then it's a special thing. If you only have your stupid pumpkin lattes, and I think that's what they're called.
Yeah.
For 2 months out of the
SPL.
year, or your eggnog. I hate to say it because I love eggnog.
Yeah.
For your 2 months of the year, then you stop caring about it as much.
You're 100% right.
It's the supply and the demand, and it's a scarcity mindset.
Thank you.
No,
so
it's
true.
not either of those things.
You don't think it's scarcity mindset?
Yeah, it is.
It's not a scarcity mindset. It's a giving things their time and place, and practicing. What is it? Self-control.
A lack of overexposure.
Just not giving yourself every single thing all the time.
Well, when I said it's a scarcity mindset, I said it because it's a buzzword. But when I think about it, it turns out I was right. Because, how's that, right?
Yeah.
How lucky for me. It turns out I was spot on, because the thing that makes you go out and get the eggnog is a scarcity mindset.
Oh, you mean in that direction? It's a scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Creating a
It
scarcity.
creates,
Yes.
It actually preserves a scarcity mindset, which you might think that sounds like a bad thing.
Well, I
because
think
we only hear of scarcity mindset as a negative thing. So I guess you're shining a light on the positive.
I
of it.
don't think scarcity mindset means that colloquially, but yes,
No, I'm saying it means a bad thing. Like,
it means you don't think you have a
There's
mindset
enough.
that there's not enough for you in the world. But that's different than like this idea that something is whatever.
no, you're right. You are right, and I don't like that. But if you went out and bought a refrigerator's worth of eggnog, that might be coming from a scarcity. And then you never got through it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a scarcity mindset.
Like, here's the thing.
If you did that, I would be right. It would be coming from a scarcity mindset.
Labubus.
Oh, do
Are
you know,
you familiar
do you know
with
what they are?
Labubus?
No, tell me more.
So Labubus are these like
You
little
didn't even
stuffed.
ask Jeff if he knows what they are.
Jeff, do you know what Labubus are? That's why I didn't ask Jeff.
Okay.
They are these like little cute little monster dolls. Are furry, and it's the fucking Beanie Baby of the moment.
Cute.
It's like, this company Pop Mart put them out. They put out a series, and then they're limited, and then so they'll have different colors, and then they're like blind bags. Like you don't know which color you're gonna get, but every now and then there's like a different one than the 5.
Ooh.
That they might have a little costume on or something. They might have
Yeah,
like
woo.
rainbow eyes or something. And so that just made everybody's head just go bleh. Like everybody who's like into like collecting shit,
Yeah.
they just like fucking went ape shit. Elliot, literally
I heard
overnight.
about them from Jackie Johnson because she had posted about it. In the same day that I heard about it, Elliot said he wanted one.
Yeah, Elliot was just like,
very fast.
I gotta have a Labubu. I'm like, oh God.
All right.
And so like, but here's the thing. So people will go out and they'll buy a bunch of them to see if they can get the limited one, and then they'll,
Sell them. You get them on Facebook. You can't even order them.
but you
get them on
can't get
Facebook
them.
Marketplace,
Oh, wow.
basically. Yeah.
Okay.
But here's the thing: if Pop Mart did it like where they just made them all available, and you
Right.
can get all them, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And you go like, these people are just buying this stupid thing and spending all this money just because it's scarce,
It's limited. Yeah,
not because it's so great.
totally.
But isn't that kind of fun?
It certainly, yeah.
And isn't
Is it?
it fun to have those things? I don't know. Isn't it fun to have those things where you kind of want it because you can't have it, and then you get it,
Yeah.
and you get that dopamine, and you get that feeling like, yes, it doesn't really matter, and yes, you're wasting your money and time and effort and energy in life.
I'd argue,
But what else are you gonna do? Fucking watch baseball?
I don't know
That hurts.
anything
I know that was for you, Jeff.
that
I like watching baseball, but you get what I mean.
we should get an update on baseball.
Just that I watch baseball instead of collecting
Go
Labubu.
No, it applies to cards because we have this new baseball card shop that opened by us, and I was thinking, you know what? I get it.
Oh, there's a terrible caricature outside of that place. I just noticed it.
Yes, it is. I love that.
Of who?
It's Shohei Ohtani, but he's like,
I don't think that's Ohtani. I think that's it. I thought that too, but I think
there are two guys. The one I'm pretty sure is Shohei Ohtani, but he's doing this. This is great for radio.
yeah.
Puffing out his cheeks like a Labubu.
Well, because he's hitting, so he's like putting a lot.
sure.
Like he's like putting his English on it.
But if you're going to pick a frame of him doing something
That's
and
what
make
you
it
would
the
do.
size of a 2-story building,
Yes.
it's a little bit of a weird choice.
That's tough.
But it's well done, I will say.
There you go.
Collecting baseball cards or Pokemon cards. It's like, I get it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I think that's kind of how anything has value, right?
Yeah.
Including relationships, or just like, well,
Yeah, but then you get it, and it's
Wait,
then
including
you gotta look at it
relationships.
every day.
well,
What do you mean by
I mean,
that?
I think just like the like we're only this age for this amount of time
Oh,
type of thing.
yeah.
Like
Right.
anything that just is a constant doesn't have
Mhm.
value to it. I think.
Right.
You take it for granted.
Yeah.
So wait, you're thinking of getting into baseball cards?
No. I'm just saying, like, I understand why people are so
Yeah.
into it. Like, it's fun to collect shit. I mean, like, I don't like those like pop figures. What are those called? Those
Funko Pops?
the Funko Pops.
Mhm.
I don't like those.
Yeah.
They don't appeal to me. But I get it.
Right.
Like, I understand why people want to collect them and have it's not a mystery to me why people collect things. Is all I'm saying, and I think that's okay. It's fun.
Renee, did you collect anything?
No, not
Never,
really. I mean,
ever?
I guess like musical CDs. But no, not really. Just now I was thinking about how like the shit I would collect were like rocks. And they're very limited. You
Well,
can't find them anywhere.
You and Owen would love it.
He
Yeah.
loves gemstones and rocks and things.
But yeah, no, I did really. I mean, I think it was just musical CDs. Care Bears. I had Care Bears.
That counts.
Okay, then yeah.
If you, Jeff, did you collect stuff?
I used to collect kind of vintage tchotchkes, like novelty salt and pepper shakers. I had a collection of those for a while, but I sold them off.
You and Deborah, what's her name from Hacks?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Vance.
Deborah Vance.
Deborah Vance. You and Deborah Vance have
She
yet another thing in
collects
common.
See?
high-end salt and pepper shakers.
Yeah, mine were low end. They were very like made in China in the olden days before stuff was made in China.
Right.
But I would collect like tiki stuff or vintage art or like black velvet paintings. But after a while, it was just like, I don't know. What am I like opening the Jeff Fox Museum of Pop Culture Oddities? Like, what am I
That's the
doing?
move.
Yeah.
That's what people do now.
That's what they do. Yeah, it's like I have to make this a business now because my wife doesn't let me keep this in the house.
Someone had collected bunnies, like
Oh, wow.
tchotchkes of bunny, everything with bunnies on it, and then they opened a museum in their house, and it was like well known in Altadena, and it burned down.
Oh God.
It's really sad, but they had, and you
Not
know
the
who has a
bunny
crazy
barn?
collection that
Yeah.
nobody talks about? Corbin Burnson has snow globes.
Nah.
And he has
How do you know
warehouses full of snow globes.
Interesting.
Wait, how do you know this? Did you see it on an episode? Like when we saw Mandy Patinkin's
I don't know if it
trains?
was a Huelhauser, but it was a something like that where it
Yeah.
was like, let's take a tour of, and it was just like, oh my God, this guy has a lot of snow globes.
Yeah, it makes someone interesting, like Tom Hanks's typewriters. Fascinated by that.
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
always wanted to be a collector. I just never was. Like the things that I actually do in going through my parents' house, I found what are they called? It starts with an Hagen Renneker or something. They're these little porcelain
those
figurines on like a little card. I think it's Hagen Renneker.
Cute.
And I would buy them at Disneyland. I have some of those, and then I have these pencils that have like little figurines on the top. But those weren't extensive collections. But
Right.
I was always trying to get into different things. I'm like, I'm going to collect thimbles.
Yeah.
Because I saw someone who had this. It was honestly the shelving system for the thimbles.
Right.
Probably similar to what your Smurfs were kept in.
Well, another thing I collected when I would go on tour and I would travel all over, and it was those little spoons.
That's the other thing I wanted to collect.
So somewhere, my mom might have them. I have spoons from all over the country, like a
You gotta
huge
get them.
collection
That's
of.
the dream.
Yeah.
It was the dream, and also patches. I would buy patches.
You gotta see if your mom still has them. The boys
I
might
know.
enjoy your
so
tiny
many of the
spoons.
things got like my fucking stepmother. So my dad was holding a lot of stuff, and she in the divorce just had a garage sale and sold a bunch of my shit.
That's wicked. Ugh.
Like memorabilia my grandfather brought back from World War II.
Jeez.
He had so he was part of a platoon that
Is
liberated.
everyone else uncomfortable with what he's about to say?
No, I don't think
Okay.
no.
My grandfather was part
Just
of a
me.
platoon that liberated a town in Belgium, and the mayor of the town gave my grandfather the dagger, the decorative Nazi dagger of the commander who that was in charge there, and gave it to him. So my dad had this thing that my grandfather brought back. She sold it at a fucking garage sale.
Yikes. Yeah.
Some guy's using it as a letter opener now.
Yeah.
That's so
Well, because
annoying.
the swastika had snapped off, so it wasn't obviously.
Yeah.
But it was meaningful to the family
Sure.
because obviously.
Yeah. And Allison, to your point of uncomfortable, that was very sensitive of you. That was very. Yeah.
I just didn't know where we're going. You know, is it a skull? Is it a foot? Like what?
Like my collection of human skulls.
I don't know. Or one really
What am I
important
supposed to
skull.
do with them? Except collect them.
Anyway, yeah, my thimble collection never took
It
off.
never took off. Well, again, not too late. Not too late for you to
I
become
know, but it was because I wanted the very shallow, cute thimble shelving. I don't think I'm a thimble collector as a type. I have too much shit. I have too much shit that no one wants that's like everywhere. So I don't really. I would have to collect something tiny. I collect trash.
Sounds cute.
Thimbles are pretty tiny.
I know.
Yeah, I think you're in
You're
the right
right.
direction. You're in the right arena. Yeah.
My dad collected stamps, something
Those
I
are
could
tiny.
never get into. They're very small, and yet his collection still took up a lot of room.
Oh my god.
You know what would be a fun one, and it doesn't take up a lot of space, is those crushed pennies that you get at.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
That is fun.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
I like that.
The crushed penny
Smart.
thing at Disneyland, that goes deep. Disney has figured out how to take that collector
Mhm.
impulse and monetize the shit out of it.
Good
There are
Lord.
so many things you can collect Disney-wise, and they make it fun.
Smart.
Yeah.
They're so
It's-
smart.
It is smart. The whole pin game where you can trade and you
Right.
can get the thing. I mean,
They're
it's crazy.
geniuses, and it's cute. And
Wait,
we
what
love
are you
it.
talking about? I don't know about this, or do I?
Well,
I know from Legoland that you could get badges.
there are. I don't know how this works exactly, but they're constantly coming out with new pins, and so you got to get them while they're available.
pins,
yeah,
like those round things.
yeah.
Enamel
Enamel pins.
Got it.
Yeah.
And you can go to certain spots, I think,
Mhm.
and then people will trade.
Oh,
So you
that's
can-
fun.
At Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
So if there's one you're missing, or you can see, or you can
And you put them
yeah.
all on a
Did
lanyard.
I just remembered that I collected stickers when I was a
Ooh,
kid.
yeah.
All of us. You had to. In the
You had
same
to.
way, what was the other thing we had to do? Ballet, tap, and jazz. We
Yeah.
also had to collect stickers and have sticker clubs where you'd like trade stickers and stuff.
Right.
Did you do this?
And if they could scratch and sniff, then you're sitting rich.
Yeah.
All
High
right,
on
so
the
you
list.
have
also
a choice.
Dress-a-Bears.
So,
Yeah.
so it's 1987,
Okay. I'm in
and
it.
you have a choice
Yeah.
between the scratch and sniff and the gel stickers,
Oof.
What are gel stickers? Ones where you push it and
Yeah.
stuff moves around and
or
slides?
metallic, or the hologram sticker. I mean, what was your
Like a Lisa
or
Frank metallic.
puffy stickers?
Yeah. Honestly, it was puppies.
Puffy
Oh,
stickers.
I love those puppies so
Yeah.
much.
And I liked, I'm sorry, this is changing the rules, but I really enjoyed a Dress-a-Bear. Do you know what that is? It's like a big sheet, and it had a bear,
Cute.
and then it had all these little things that you could put on it. So
Like
you would
color
dress
forms?
It. Yes, but they were stickers. So in the same way that color forms are fun because you can keep taking them off, this was not fun because
this
you
is
were
commit.
You'd commit, yeah, but yeah, pretty much one and done. But they had stuff like that too.
They have stuff like that now, though.
I loved, there was this store called Posh Presents,
Mhm.
and I remember another parent saw it, and I was not a parent, but someone's parent was like, "Ooh, Posh Presents." I was like, "Nope, it's Posh Presents." But anyway, you'd go there and they sold rubber stamps, pens, and stickers and glitter. It was like everything that I loved that store.
I'm not past 6-year-old Allison going, no, it's Posh Presents.
It goes a bit older, but still, yeah.
Genius. That place sounds like heaven.
It was amazing. And rubber stamps were and probably still are so expensive. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that my friend Laura Lou, really funny writer in New York, worked for like Maxim and sort of we had a lot of friends in common and we were friends. She now lives on a farm in Wisconsin called Happy Song Farm. She has baby goats. They're so cute. But I always look at her page and I think, wow, what a change of life you've had. But anyway, the point is she went on a rubber stamping cruise with her mom and her sister. That's how into rubber stamps.
Wow.
She went on a rubber stamping cruise.
This is like the community of rubber stampers.
Yes, that's how
all together.
intense. Her mom wanted them, she and her sister to go. That's how intense rubber stamping as a subculture is. They have a cruise. I don't know if it involves swinging.
One would assume so.
Probably.
You would hope.
The sex thing.
You would hope.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy and fun?
Yeah, because where else are you going to stamp?
Yeah, she has a picture. I posted it before because I brought it up before of her like posing on this giant prop rubber stamp.
So nothing is more
Obsessed.
boring to anybody than your hobby. Okay, just as a rule.
Except for when I talk about fish, I make it fun.
That's true.
Arguable. However, I think it's very healthy that people develop hobbies and form these communities, no matter how boring they are to other people. Because, like, look at you having a community. It's just like we need more of that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Your friend Allie Ward just did an incredible podcast about this. There's
About
this lady-
hobbies?
Mm-hmm. Saying that in pretty much every country except for America, the healthcare system has the ability to prescribe things that like will sort of elevate your health. And they were saying if you have these 5 components in a hobby, which are, you can remember, nature, art, community, service, like giving back. And there was one more. Yeah. But basically it's just like, so doctors are prescribing, hey, you need to be part of this like stamp club on Wednesday nights. We found it for you. We're going to take you with us to actually go to it. And then all of a sudden everybody's getting really healthy because they have a hobby.
I
Well, I agree with
need a fish community. I literally looked up fish meetups. I didn't find anything. I go to Burbank Scales and Tails all the time to get my water tested and just to see what new fish and plants they have. I've got my fish guy there.
Yeah.
But there was a woman there. Daniel looks pained.
It's literally like as if I really got into MMA, like how she'd feel.
Great. I love that. I thought that's fine.
Nope. This has wider reach. Anyway, there was a woman there who was talking about, she's like, you can never have too many plants, right? And I said, yes. I said, where do you get your plants? And then she was telling me the whole story of her tank. She had this kind of tank. Now she has this kind of tank and the kind of plant. And I was just like, I want to exchange numbers with her.
Yes.
Like, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping I'll run into her again. But
You put an air tag on her car.
yeah. But I was like, this is this is what I've been
These are
looking
my
for.
people. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they're my people actually, but I've got a lot to say and I've got a lot to learn and a lot to hear. Like, I would just love to be around people who don't look at me like that.
I'm trying to look interested.
Daniel's rubbing both of his temples, eyes closed.
Let me put on a more.
A pleasant, interested. Well, not quite. This is why you need video podcasting, Allison. We gotta capture all this.
I know, but to be fair, there have been times where I have needed some water really bad.
Yeah.
And Daniel will like go out and get it for me.
I like getting the water. I love that this place has spigots outside. You can get either the distilled water for your fresh water tank.
It's actually reverse osmosis, but close.
Whatever.
And marine water.
Not
so
normal
salt
tap water is the point.
Wow.
Or you can get the salt water.
Wow.
So there's like a spigot to get salt water.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing.
It's pretty cool. It's a cool shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hobbies. I'm telling you, that's the only way we're going to get through these times. You got to get yourself obsessed with something real boring to everyone else.
Yeah. Well, also, hey, single people. Like, you're having trouble meeting people, the fucking, like, you don't like the apps and the things. Develop a fucking hobby and just go out in the real world and meet people who have similar interests, and you might meet someone that way, and it's a more organic way of meeting somebody.
This is what I'm hearing. That's the way to go.
Or if you want to reverse engineer it, think of your dream person, figure out what their hobbies would be.
And then turn yourself into the person they would like.
Yeah.
Yes. You guys are
Perfect
Cherry
advice.
O'Terry on And Just Like That.
Oh, yeah.
Season 3. You're the matchmaker.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Doing it exactly right.
She guessed exactly what her order would
She
be.
knew it.
She just knew it. Okay. Did anyone have a just me or everyone that they're dying to get off their chest?
I have one, but it's terrible.
I like to hear it.
I never throw out a paperclip.
Oh, wow.
I have a little thing with paper clips in it.
Smart.
A little cup, a bunch of them that I had bought somewhere at some point. And whenever I get a paper clip or use a paper clip, I just throw it back in the thing. And if I get something and it already has a paper clip on it, I keep the paper clip.
This is really good.
That's not just
Love
you.
this. That's more of a aspirational. I want to be that.
Do you throw
And
them
you
out?
collect paper clips this whole time.
man,
You thought
yeah.
you didn't collect
Paper clips. I didn't
anything.
even think about
do.
You
that.
collect paper clips.
People collect bread tags.
That's, I mean,
You know-
come on.
No, but apparently there's like, no, it
Those
goes deep.
Plastic ones.
Like the shapes and the colors, and some are rare,
Oh,
and like
wow.
they tell you different things depending on the color and
About
the
the
shape.
bread?
I'm telling you, it's a whole thing. But it's like,
I
great,
love it.
good, go with God.
Yeah.
Collect your bread tags.
So when I was going through my mom's office, I was just, there were so many paper clips on things that I was like, this is in the shred pile, this is in this. So I had this giant pile of paper clips, and I'm like, well, that's useful. But then Daniel came in, and I said, should we keep the paper clips? And you said no. You said it's not worth the space it takes up.
Well, but
We had to be very relentless with.
we're good with
Oh, yeah.
paper clips, though.
Okay.
I mean,
you didn't need to bring them to your house and put them in a desk.
really.
Right.
And also, I was just in the mindset of like,
The less, we
There
have
was
so much to get rid of.
there was
Right.
so much fucking shit in this house.
Right.
Yeah, paper clips
Like-
do not clear the bar for
Like,
things
Yeah.
that you
if
should-
we're
Yeah.
sitting there
Load
thinking
them
we're going
in
to
the
keep paper clips,
Yeah.
we're fucked.
Yeah.
We're like so beyond fucked at that point. We might as
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Okay, I'll just say, and when I was looking for a paper clip on my desk, and it's not because
But
I
that
don't.
is-
Hang on.
That's you, because we have boxes of paper clips.
Well, I was going to say, it's not because I don't have paper clips. It's because of the
Right.
condition of my desk.
Okay, good.
Sure.
I thought you were going to skirt the real issue.
Sure.
But
But
still,
it would've been nice.
I flashed back to that giant pile of paper clips, and I
That would
thought,
have also been lost because you have no way of knowing where anything is.
well, yes, but instead of looking for a needle in a haystack, I'd be looking for like 600 needles in a haystack. You're bound to get poked.
All right.
Looking for a paper clip and a paper clip stack.
Mhm. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I just want to thank you
Okay.
guys for peppering up my lousy JMO.
No.
I thought it was good.
Oh,
It was very good.
Yeah.
You
It was
guys.
very good. I want to be that. I'd like to be, because I always need a paper clip, and then because I feel like paper clips are good
Mhm.
bread
When you need-
twisty tie things,
Oh.
and instead I use the chip clips, and I don't have
Yeah.
enough of those. But if
Right.
I had paper clips, those would work. But I don't collect them.
Yeah.
So
I
You
don't
know what
collect them so much as just don't throw them out.
Right.
I don't seek them out. I don't seek out new ones.
why don't you go ahead and let us tell you what you do with them?
Well, I'm thinking
Collect them.
about it.
Okay. I think you should.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
You
a good
know
collecting.
what you don't see very much anymore?
What's that?
Those butterfly paper clips.
Oh, the binder clips?
Mm.
Not binder clips. They
The
were
plastic
like
ones?
Nope.
The,
See, this is what I'm saying. This is how much you guys
the
don't
triangle ones that are like.
Oh, yeah.
know. Yes, that's what I mean. It looks like
I think
Oh,
binder
yeah.
clips put them out of business. Because those
Right.
They
never
look
worked
like-
well.
this, right?
Yeah, it's
So
good
it's like
for
half a
podcasts.
Chinese throwing star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what happened? Binder clips
I
put them
think
out
they
of
put 'em out of
business?
business.
Okay.
Okay.
Because they were for like heavier, like thicker.
But they
I
didn't
think
really
so.
work. They
Yes.
just sort of fanned out.
Meanwhile, binder clips, I still have like 3 boxes of binder clips in different sizes
We have
that
a
I
lot of
took
binder
with
clips.
me. What?
We have a lot because I also have a lot.
Is it because we took them from old jobs?
No.
Well, for me it is. But anyway, I never actually use them because nothing really rises to the is this important enough for a binder clip? No.
Right. Yeah.
Because it feels not disposable.
I use them all over the house. I use them as
Chip
potato
clips.
chip clips.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
chip clips.
smart.
I use them
Yeah.
for like
That's smart.
crafts, sometimes
Yeah.
holding things
I
together.
just don't
I
use
don't
them.
like how they question my finger strength.
I know.
No, some of them are tough.
They're real tough.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel like a wuss.
And then it
Yeah.
like snap out of your
Yeah.
hand. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
I don't
then
like
I get
that
mad. Mhm.
at all. I question my finger strength because,
I'm questioning your finger strength.
well, I have weak fingers. I haven't been doing my Fosse flexes.
We
But
got a flossy flex.
Gotta
Do you know
limber up.
you know what's difficult?
Hmm.
Getting a gibbet out of a crock and also putting a gibbet in a crock.
Those are actually, yeah.
Do you guys know what these
Yes, that took me a second. I was thinking crock pot, but
are?
I
No,
got
you know
there.
the croc shoes. Those
Oh.
attractive polystyrene shoes or whatever they're made out of, polycarbonate. They have a bunch of holes on the top, and you can put like little decorative charms in them, and they're called gibbets.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. But they're difficult to get out. Elliot wanted to redecorate his Crocs, and because he's like, "Ooh, I have a Stitch." He's into Lilo and Stitch right now.
Love it.
So, he asked. I had to watch a video on how to take a gibbet out and put one in.
Oh, is there a whole technique?
Yeah, and you just have to like angle it a certain way. But when I finally pushed it, I was surprised I didn't like break all my nails, which I don't have long nails or anything. But
It's crazy. It's like you're a real homesteader, just
no one knows how hard I have
working
it.
hard. Yeah.
I would like to do the segment where I say hello and welcome to new patroons.
Yahoo!
Allison wants to say thank you to a couple of special people out there who signed up to be new patrons. Patreon.com/AllisonRosen.
All right, now listen, I didn't have a chance to do this last week, so this list is very long. It's longer than it usually is, which makes me feel like $1 million. It's not bringing in $1 million, but it's still making me feel like it. So thank you so much to everyone. Kelsey Moore, Jessica Burris, Margot Meister, Autumn Phillips, Andrew, Erica Blanchard, Kelsey, Anna Hollingsworth, Elizabeth Coates, Stephanie Marlowe, Emily Coombs, Aaron Patterson, Lynette S., Kay, just Kay, Jen Hershey, Audrey Seabrace, Aaron Hagseth, Shannon Turner, Darcy McDonald, Alicia, Carly Stivers, Allison Gordon, Kathleen Rue, Amy Christensen, Cheney Warchuck. That's a good name. That sounded
They're
like
all great names. Yeah.
But the way I said that's a good name sounded
Yeah.
like you going, that's a good deal.
Oh, yeah. That's a good
Britt,
deal.
Kylie Danielson, Lisa Crater, Katie Bureau, and Jen Karras. Oh my God.
That's such a good
Thank
name.
you, everyone, for your support. I am directly supported by Patreon, and I cannot thank you guys enough. You are the best. I'd also like to remind you, I'm on Substack, and any day now, I'm going to write a new one. I was really hitting it hard at the beginning, and then my mom up and died, and then I lost my momentum. You're welcome, Daniel. I lost, not for my mom dying, but anytime I say she dies, he says she up and died.
Yes,
he's correct
up
me.
and died.
I lost my momentum, and then I've been having some writer's block where I think of something to write, and I'm like, nah, that's not good enough for my comeback. And I keep just writing it off, and it's like, just write. But I don't want to do that thing where I'm writing about writing.
Right.
But I think writing about
of all
writing.
places, Substack would love that.
I actually think writing about writing would probably be fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've got a thing. I've got to get over it. So anyway,
You're experiencing things now that you will write about later.
some of it is that I can't. Yeah, I can't really write
Sometimes
about.
you just got to live life.
Yeah, you got to process it for a second.
That's right. That's right. Although I am sharing. You know where I'm writing it? You know what I should just do?
Let's hear it.
Oh my God. For people at the at the Substack subscription level, I should just like dump my Patreon texts there at some point. Patreon.
Do that. You should.
Is it secure enough?
We'd love
This
it.
stuff has to be like heavily paywalled. It is. I'll think about it. I'm coming back. AllisonRosen.substack.com. All right. All right. We have a choice.
Yes.
Podcast Pals product picks
Mm.
or hey, go fuck yourself.
Mm.
Is anyone wanting to tell us when to fuck off? Does anyone want to recommend something? Go either way. We could do both. Okay. Daniel's a big fat nothing.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
both.
Okay.
I'll do the hey, go fuck yourself. And I want to be very, very clear that there is another side to this story.
There always
There's
is.
somewhere there is a skunk on a podcast going off on a middle-aged white woman and her dog.
Got it.
And justifiably. Tugboat has been sprayed by his fourth.
Oh
skunk.
my God.
Fourth,
What? It's like a skunk
because
magnet.
we live over in the barn area. And I just feel like at this point the skunk he doesn't have enough coordination. He's not gonna get you. Give him one.
Do you think it's the
Give
same
him one.
skunk?
No, definitely not. But still, just
But they
in general,
talk. They talk.
They must talk. They must talk. I'm just like, can you just let him have one freebie?
Yeah.
Is all I ask. And he's not.
Is
so
he
that skunk
even
can
like
go fuck himself?
coming at what can that skunk do?
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Now is Tugboat like approaching the skunks?
Well, then the skunks. Oops, that's on me. He was in the backyard.
Well, that's
You
not on
can't
you.
be in the backyard, skunk. You can't be in the backyard.
What do you do when he's sprayed?
So, well, the first
Tomato juice?
2 times, the first time I had COVID and I didn't know what happened for 3 days, and
Oh.
that's when it got. So, Tugboat got sprayed. He was like snorfing a little bit, but I didn't know what happened. And then I threw him in the shower, like just in case, but I didn't smell anything. You guys know how that sounds.
Yeah.
And then I let him get it all over the entire
Oh,
apartment.
no.
All over me, all over my car, all over the bed, all over the cat. Like it was.
Was
everything
that
had to
Nays
be thrown
Tater?
away.
Nays Blue Tater?
No, thank God. No, that was the old time.
Blue Tater, right?
Tater.
Okay,
now,
yeah.
what do you do in that situation?
So that in that case, you really do throw most of it away because it got to marinade for 3 days.
Yeah.
But now I will say I am a pro. So the second it happened, I didn't even respond. I was just like, yep. And then I let him, because he's got to snorkel it out a little bit. And then I kept him in the backyard and I'm like, I'll be back. And then you go get all of the skunk stuff and you get the shower ready. And then you get all the towels all lined up. And then you guide him directly into the shower.
And there's like a chemical shampoo kind of
What
thing or
are?
something?
Yeah. Oh, so they make something for
Yeah,
it now.
yeah. They can discount
works.
pretty well. Pretty well. Yeah.
In my day,
Yeah.
I think tomato juice is what they
Was
recommended.
what you had to do.
I remember.
Did that work though?
Not
Or is that
really.
one of those things
No.
they say like you
Yeah.
can use like peanut butter to get gum out of your hair
Right.
kind of thing?
Yeah, it doesn't really work.
Does that work? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Just an excuse to trick people into putting peanut
Make
butter
it
in
work.
your hair.
Yeah.
Now put whipped cream in your hair. Mayonnaise.
Woofy, my childhood dog,
Yes.
got sprayed by a skunk, and that is when I discovered skunk spray up close smells quite different than that thing when you
Yeah.
walk outside. Like,
Yep.
oh, I think there's a skunk. It was like burning rubber. like
It's
sting.
It's like tear gas.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
truly is. It's crazy.
Hence
how
the snorkeling.
strong it is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and for me too. Like my eyes are tearing
Yeah.
up. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Where, if anyone gets skunked, where does one get this shampoo?
Yeah, I think it's just called like skunk shampoo. I got it at my local dog shop, but
Oh.
I bet you can get it online anywhere.
There you
But
go.
it does work pretty well.
How is
Stank
Tug?
be gone. That's the name of the
Thank
product.
you.
How is Tugboat?
Good. He's good. He's a good boy. He's the best. He's getting more and more stubborn as the days go on, and God, I love it. Oh, it's the best. I love it. I love him be like, okay, thanks for considering, but no.
Like, what is he stubborn
I won't
about?
be doing that. He's now taught me
He
how to
doesn't like
bring him.
immigrants.
Yeah, yeah. It's
He's
not great.
just like,
it's not great. Listen, we don't love learning.
Bunch of illegals.
Right.
He must
no.
love what's going on in LA right now.
Yikes! Tough day. Yeah. God, how do you even?
You don't.
Right. So yeah, back to Tugboat. He's taught me to bring him breakfast in bed, which is great because I got to get him fed before I go to work because camp comes to pick him up, and they say that when they come to pick him up, he still hasn't eaten breakfast, and then he takes like 10 minutes to eat. Well, so he's now making the camp counselor wait. So anyway, I bring him breakfast in bed because he's just like, well, you want me to eat it? I guess you'll bring that to me, won't you? I was like, yeah, I will. Love
That's
it.
cute.
Respect. Yeah.
That's so cute. That's so different than Wendy and Peter, who are like running around the house barking.
Yeah.
Like don't forget to feed me. Don't forget to feed me.
There was a period where Wendy was like that, and that's when we were feeding her too much.
Yeah.
And so then we started starving her, really.
Yeah.
And,
We put her on a diet that was recommended, but
and-
yes, it did feel
and
like
that
starving
made her crazy about food. So now,
Yeah,
she can't eat
she
enough.
was like 11 pounds heavier than she is right
Okay.
now. She was a large
Tug
gal.
could probably use that. He also had his first acupuncture appointment today.
How'd that go?
Jesus Christ, LA.
You know why?
I don't know. We'll see, because he's limping, and I can't figure out what's going on. And if you want a grift, if you want to be a billionaire, be a veterinarian in Los Angeles and only get old white women as your clients. I'm telling you, there's no amount of money. We'll be like,
No,
"Yeah,
I
sure,
know,
let's
it's
try
true.
that. Let's try that.
We went to Japan to get our
Yeah.
dog surgery. We get it.
Yeah. But anyway, Tugboat's great, and he had his first acupuncture appointment.
Did he
this
seem
morning.
to enjoy it?
Sure. Yeah. Maybe they say it takes a while for it to show up, or it's
How
absolute
do they
bullshit.
get the dogs to hold still long enough? Because
Right.
my concern, I've never had acupuncture.
Yeah.
But my concern is always like, well, you have a bunch of needles sticking in you. What if you like push them into? I guess they can't. Maybe
Right.
they can't go in. No, they can't.
Yeah, I don't.
I forget if they
honestly,
can.
I would bet that they just took him back there for 15 minutes and let him hang out, and then came out and told me they're like went great, and nothing happened. I would imagine, but what you're gonna do, what you're gonna do.
You have to try
Yeah,
all the
exactly.
things. You have to try all the things.
Because on the day that he does show up, you can't be like, well, I could have done more. That
Yeah.
won't sit well with me. So
Jeff, do you have a hey, go fuck yourself?
I don't have one.
Okay. Well, look,
Somehow.
congrats.
Thank you.
Look at you. you. Daniel?
I don't have one either.
Okay,
No.
great. All right.
Hey, go fuck myself for not having a hey, go fuck yourself.
I'm going to need to
that's
hear
not
the
true.
drop on that.
I don't have a hey, go fuck yourself.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
I am filled with rage and outrage right now, and I can't really articulate a lot of it. So I'm just trying to figure out what I could even say about it. And I know that it's like I could use my hey, go fuck yourself to say like, hey, fascist, fuck off. But that's, it's been done. It's been done. I'm looking for a more personal hey, go fuck yourself. But I'm drawing a blank here. Let's see. Hey, people who just make everything so difficult. Go fuck yourself.
Hey, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously subjective, but objectively true as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Podcast Pals product picks.
Podcast Pals Peanut Picks.
What might it
Adorable.
be?
I love it. Now, this one's a little teeny tiny thing, but I tell you what, it makes my month the best every month. Get yourself a subscription to Orbit. There's no Z at the end of it. Bubble mint gum. It'll give you 2 little bags and 2 of the like little containers. You'll be happy. Now, granted, I go through gum like nobody's business, but you gotta get yourself a
Don't you have to
gum
like
subscription.
You have to like orbit.
Yeah. I mean, that'll help. Yeah,
Okay.
that'll help.
Wait, like an Amazon subscription or
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
they don't have a subscription directly through
No.
Orbit.
No. But through Amazon, delightful.
That's fun.
That's at the
I
front
love
door. I'm over the moon.
that you can be delighted by that.
Yeah.
I want that is goals.
I don't know. If you go to the front door and you were just like all the gum I could possibly want or need right now in front of me.
in
I
one
get-
month.
Yeah, like I don't know.
No,
I don't
not quite.
Yeah.
Not quite. Okay.
But like, yes,
Okay.
I want to get there.
Okay.
No, but I wish I could think of any of them. But I feel like you get excited over things that are like,
Like a
I mean,
coffee.
like you're turning into like Mr. Jeans. There was a tub in the shower that had your jeans in them. What was that?
Well, if you buy raw denim, you need to soak it. First of all, if you buy raw denim, you should buy it a little bigger than your size. Okay?
What
And then
is
you need
raw
to soak-
denim?
It's just like
Not
unwashed,
okay.
unpre-washed denim. And then you need to make sure you soak it so you can get your size. I have some jeans that need to be hemmed.
Right.
And so I needed to soak them first before I got them hemmed, because if you get them hemmed and then you sew them, they're going to be too short. But also I got, listen, here, okay, product pick.
Mhm.
Get yourself some 501s.
Mm.
Levi's, the classic, pretty close, by the way. I think it's the 501 to the original fucking jean that Levi Strauss sold. So it's like a very classic
Nice.
jean.
There you go.
It's raw. You fucking shrink that. Those jeans, like $40 for a pair.
Great.
And that'll last you forever. And they're great jeans.
There you go.
Is that what was in our shower?
I have in recent past had a couple of those. These weren't those. These were actually
Another brand.
a nicer jean that I'm getting
wear
hemmed.
jeans for thee, but not for me.
But listen, it's fun because people go crazy with denim.
Yeah.
And there's some people be like, when you shrink them, what you need to do is you need to wear them in the bath,
Okay.
and then they will shrink to your body. And I'm like, that is a bridge too far. Thank you. I will not
But
be
you
doing that.
considered it, right?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I thought about it, and I imagined myself doing it, and thought no.
Mhm.
So,
But the
Um,
evidence was found in the bath.
Yeah, but he was not in the jeans.
no. I
Okay.
soaked. I
Okay.
got a tub. And
I
filled it
wet
with
all
hot
my
water.
hair and I dangled it in my face and I went in to scare the jeans, but it didn't work.
Well, you do it. You do it in the tub with the hot water. I mean, you could do it in the washing machine too,
Right.
but it's like there's still so much dye
Got it. I
that
see.
it's
I
gonna
see what you're
bleed
saying.
out. So you
Okay.
just want to do it alone. Unless,
smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, you shouldn't wash your jeans. I mean, there's a whole bunch of shit. Denim doesn't hold on to bacteria like other fabrics.
Is this true?
I
Mhm.
mean, maybe.
This is
And-
what denim says.
Big denim.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. They hate washing machines. Anyway.
Oh, no,
whatever.
They're
You
in
know what?
cahoots with bacteria.
Yes.
Bacteria. Yeah. whatever.
Okay.
So
But yeah, get yourself some 501s.
yeah, Wranglers are good too. But like the 501, I'm privy to the Levi's. Levi's used to be all made in America, and then they started selling to Walmart, and they sold so much to Walmart that they had to reduce their costs enough to, and now they don't sell. They don't make anything in the United States, and it's all because of Walmart. Just so you know.
Where are you getting all this? Like, is this on the denim Reddit or what's happening?
Well, that I know because I work with Walmart
Yeah.
and I know business.
As evidenced in hour 1.
Yes, I
of
know.
Of this podcast.
But now we're in hour
We
6.
remember.
We harken back to.
I'm
the
just
early
saying,
part.
like, if you want to, like, everyone's talking about tariffs and shit. And,
Oh.
you know, why don't we manufacture in the United States? And the reason we don't manufacture in the United States is because fucking Walmart and because you wanted everything really fucking cheap.
Right.
That's why we don't make
Yeah.
shit in the United States.
Yeah.
And if you think that it's coming back, it ain't coming back because you're not going to be making Levi's for cheap enough.
Right.
Okay?
Okay.
And just to counter that, by sticking up for the big guy, not that big guy. Did I already?
Famously a huge defender of Donald Trump.
Oh no, I meant a different big guy. Did I already say how pleasantly surprised I am by Amazon Home Pharmacy? Does anyone else get their drugs through Amazon
No,
Home?
but
We
you recommend?
changed, yeah. Well, we changed health and through Daniel's work. We changed health insurance,
Right.
and so it had been Express Scripts, and now all the mail order stuff is Amazon Pharmacy.
Oh, nice.
And it is like so streamlined. You get your
great.
prescription the next night. It's crazy. And
That's
it's like
great.
the amount of like the email, like it's, it's being shipped, it's being packaged. It's like the same way, you know how you can place an order on Amazon and it's
Yeah.
there in like 2 hours.
But
and you're
your
like,
prescription.
I'm sure this is not good, but it's so convenient.
Yeah.
To Daniel's point of the reason everything has gone to shit is because we want things cheap and fast.
Right.
But for Amazon Home Pharmacy, it has been, because I'm used to like, I'm running out of my prescription in 3 days. My doctor sent it in and I'll get it in 16 days.
Yep.
And this is like, it'll be there tomorrow evening. It's
Dude,
so fast.
Amazing.
So-
That's incredible. Do you know if they do controlled substances like Vyvanse?
Yeah, I don't know, but
Okay.
I would
Do
think
they do
do.
shrooms?
I think they do shrooms while they pack
Amazing.
up your Vyvanse. So double check
Amazing.
it.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I would think they do.
I need to
amazing.
get some shrooms.
Yeah. Listen, talk about a scarcity mindset. I have gotten myself obsessed with needing a psilocybin trip because it isn't available here. You can only go to Oregon. I mean, you can get it here, but you're not supposed to yet.
People can get it here.
Yeah.
I just don't know any of those people anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like I know one or two.
You know one or two.
Like I know
Okay.
some
I'll talk
people.
to you afterwards.
Yeah.
But they say that that's how you bypass 10 years of therapy.
I've heard this.
I
I'm
know.
worried. Well, I've heard that there's some, like the microdosing.
Yeah.
Might interfere if you're taking a serotonin uptake inhibitor.
that might interfere with
and
the,
that
yeah.
if you're taking like Lexapro or something, you shouldn't do. But I don't know if
'Cause
there's
it,
enough
like,
research on that.
isn't. This is what Allie Ward told me, that it can like
Oh, she's really
if
coming
you're-
up on this podcast.
I know.
Listen, she's got good information over there.
Mm.
that if you're on an SSRI, it can like block the receptors for the shrooms or something.
Nice.
I don't know. Look, do your own research
Yes.
and then let us know.
Yes.
I would like to thank everyone for being on this show. Jeff, did I cut you off? Did you have anything to share?
I have a product pick,
Yes,
but
please.
we're in like hour 52. So
Let's do it tomorrow because we
Oh, yeah, yeah.
are doing a lot of recording. Renee,
Yes.
where can I find you?
Well, me nowhere. Tugboat the Fluffy Pit on Instagram. And then, follow Allie Ward. She's got a lot of great stuff going on over there.
She certainly does. Daniel?
Yeah, just follow me here.
Okay, great. Jeff?
Quants Monroe.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Monroe.
should we do it? Should we announce the new podcast we're launching?
Yeah.
Allison, Renee, and I have launched a new podcast. It's coming out tomorrow. 3 chicks talking about makeup.
Woo! Yay!
Only available on podsquash.net.
I'm so
I'm excited.
excited.
It was Jeff's idea.
It's a
He's
great
like,
idea.
I've got to monetize my passion.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
And then for me, Patreon, Substack, merch, follow me everywhere, etc. Everyone, thank you. Listeners, thank you for listening. I love you. You matter. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show?